Catch me smoking up a joint right before I board the plane. Shit, I'm not trying to risk this week. My little sexy stoner dame down south gonna greet me with an ounce pack of rubbers in a porn movie. And that's after the party at Club Live where you couldn't get in. Pop corks and of course I'm deep. I met the money mob homies, they had they bitches and of course I had mine. Hate to bring it up again, but this bitch is a dime. We drinking Henny and Patron, and I Vivo when I Clico. Living off of that champagne while I two-step with my freak hoe. When I chill with my people, we run through a whole loud pack. Walk through and catch contact, that Kayla Moore so bout that. My herb tasting like Sour Patch, my birthday third. Take camp snaps, no pose, nigga, I fall back. My style larger than train maps, that cardigan, some guapski. That man riding on horseback, that logo will not leave. This beat bumping, it's all slack. Bring your friends, and I'll bring mine, and we can be friends. We can have some drinks and live it out, cause it's the weekend. All you hanging with, there's plenty weed for you to breathe in, and my team legit. We keep it thuggers, need with defense, that impressiveness. Slide crib, good lick, straight, that impressiveness. Clean whip, stay dip, chill, that impressiveness. That impressiveness, gone for the night. Work hard to live life, roll up and take flight. It's live mode, these vacations I grind for. If chicks find they way in, then you send them up to the top floor. Only if they cute though. Wipe the sand right off their feet, cause hoes just wanna live comfortable. Sip wine and smoke some weed, and I'm cool with it. I'm not cheap, I'm the Mar Hunt, that head chief. You probably heard I got strong lungs. Pack a punch of this OG. Plenty blunts in rotation. Only me on this doobie. My thug niggas, they quit hating. Got them hip to these raw sheets, and I'm all in. You dib and dabble. Don't play me, nigga, play Scrabble. Pitching weed, how OT live. Make ends meet and whatever have you. So enjoy yourself with the good vibes in, and don't let the hate of the world get at you. Bring your friends, and I'll bring mine, and we can be friends. We can have some drinks and live it out, cause it's the weekend. All you hanging with, there's plenty weed for you to breathe in, and my team legit. We keep it thuggers, need with defense, that impressiveness. Slide crib, good lick, straight, that impressiveness. Clean whip, stay dip, chill, that impressiveness. That impressiveness, gone for the night. Work hard to live life, roll up and take flight. Mind blown, right back home like I never left. Joint rides to that studio with Primo and my homie Jeff. I pose a threat to these fuck niggas, don't got a vision, no hustle in them. They all gimmicks, I speed off. Direct points, no detours, a free for all when it's rap shit. Buffet lines, that internet, you eating up that bullshit. I'm Roof Chris, no interjection. Stoner dames in my smoker section. I got this, don't throw down. She packed up, it's like my ounce. It's all good, she gave crown. I'll bring your friends, and I'll bring mine, and we can be friends. We can have some drinks and live it out, cause it's the weekend. All you hanging with, there's plenty weed for you to breathe in, and my team legit. We keep it thuggers, need with defense, that impressiveness. Slide crib, good lick, straight, that impressiveness. Clean whip, stay dip, chill, that impressiveness. That impressiveness, gone for the night. Work hard to live life, roll up and take flight.
Make way for the Kingz. The Kingz are here.
You think the bitches are great because you're fucking seasonal, nigga? You can't be seasonal. Niggas got this shit's 24 hours a day.
Kingz.
Can't be that
Kingz.
I mean, maybe some black folk.
You're listening to the Kingz Podcast with your hosts, Karizmatik and Irish O'Neal.
Hey, welcome to another installment of the Kingz Podcast. I am your boy, Karizmatik.
What's up, guys? It's Irish O'Neal.
Moush. I'm Sam Savello.
Yes. And I mean, we're coming to you again with another excellent episode. Everybody's coming with, a lot of interesting things have happened this week. And all of us are coming from, a new place of, let's say, realizations this week, I think is a good way of putting it. or experiences just in general.
Yeah.
And
if I had any like prepping bone in my body, I would have got the Notorious drop just to drop because now we're all fucking famous and shit.
Notorious. I mean, it was a good week. It was a good week.
I can't complain.
Irish, honestly, if I was you, I wouldn't complain either. I mean, like, people went from not knowing how they felt about you to making a hard line.
If you put me next to a really crazy person, I just shine. Oh my god, it's fantastic.
They're like, wait, I thought Irish was crazy. Well, he's not that crazy. Do you see who's sitting next to him?
People know how to pronounce my name now.
Yo, that's awesome, right?
Ani. Oh, okay.
See, the Kingz Podcast is changing lives.
It's helping people. I don't know if it's helping people in the way we wanted it exactly yet, but like it's helping people.
We're getting there.
You know,
Baby steps.
helping people discover the crazies so far. You know. But as normal, we will open up with the three principles, Irish, if you will.
All right, the 3 principles, as always, guys. First and foremost, confidence. Confidence is your main tool, so to speak. You need confidence when you're approaching these ladies. You got to believe in your game. You got to believe in what you're selling if you want them to buy what you're selling.
Hell yeah! If you won't fuck you, who will? Any objection to the first?
No, I agree. I think confidence is important. I will say, I was telling Ani this earlier too. I do like a sad boy or like a beta male type that like might not make the first move, but like I think overall you need the confidence to like propel yourself into
Okay,
encounter.
we're gonna dive into
We'll
that.
yeah,
We're gonna dive into that. No, but like,
That's what I said to Sam.
But
I was
hold
like,
on.
save this for the podcast. This is great.
but hold on. I wanted to take a second for all of us to admire her constraint in her answer.
Yeah.
She wanted to say something. She said it, and we move on to the next. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Did you not
Like,
Sam's
Wait.
a normal human.
yo, I just want us all to like to appreciate it real quick.
We don't have to keep going back 2 episodes. Let's keep moving on up.
You're the one that
Alright?
brought it up. I just told us to
I did
appreciate
not-
the moment.
I did not. Let's keep going.
We
Second
were
one.
just appreciating how concise and
We love Sam.
she said it once and we all understood what she's saying. Great.
You know what I'm saying? No, what did that mean?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, that was
We love
beautiful.
Sam. Go on.
The second one you need is honesty. Honesty from the start. As I always say, guys, honesty at all costs. Be honest up front. Let them know what the deal is, what you're looking for.
I say be honest at all costs, but at the same time, you ain't got to hit him with a blunt punch to the face. It could be
fair.
sugarcoated a little bit. You
Yeah,
can soften the blow.
Different people need different medicine.
Yeah, you got to be like, suck my dick. Be like, yo, what if you be like, what if I put this in your mouth real quick? You know what I mean? Like, isn't that just a little bit more charming? You know, like
Is it though?
you're saying the same shit, but like,
Ladies, is that more charming?
Wait, so what specifically are you being honest about?
Anything, whether your intention when you're coming to the relationship
your situation.
is just to fuck, whether you're trying to date, whether you are a monogamous person, whether that changes for you at some point. Just at any point, you're not afraid. You're going to tell them honesty without being afraid of their reaction because
You're confident.
You know what I mean. It's better to be honest than just make some bullshit up, essentially.
Yeah, because a lot of times on dating apps, I'll like ask someone's intention, and they're like, "Well, I don't really know yet. Like, I need to think about it." And I'm like, "You know if you want to just fuck or if you want something more." Like,
I'm sorry,
And let's be
I'm a
honest,
little
if
bit
you're
of a
asking
nicer
guy
guy.
that,
Like,
a guy wants to fuck.
No,
So
no,
he's
like-
just- he's a phony if he says
like
otherwise.
me, I had female friends in high school, so I can appreciate the person. But if I'm definitely lying if I say I don't want to fuck. Yeah, we can be friends, but like I want to fuck. Yeah, yes, I do want to fuck. You have parts that I would like to fuck, and are you attractive? Yes, so I want to fuck.
The
That's
reason
it.
why you swiped right is not because you have a cute bio.
What
it's
what is
not
her
the
mind
reason.
like? Like it's not what guys say. Oh, you don't like me for my mind. You think a guy walks up to a girl's like, I bet she has good ideas. Like, no, that's not what we do.
Well, and-
I bet she does have good ideas,
I
but
bet
that's
she
not
does.
all.
but she has some.
That's not the only thing.
Yeah,
You know?
but you find that out in time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I know now that I want to fuck. I don't know now that you're interesting, that we click on all these levels, that this, that. It's like that comes in time when you hang
And
out.
honestly, the thing that women don't understand, as a woman, you have to be more interesting than the guys he wants to hang out with.
Sure.
For the, you actually do, because think about it, he's going to spend way more time with you than any dude he's hanging with. So you do have to be more interesting than his guy friends to even have his time.
Yeah. I would agree
So
with
like, if you're not swinging at that level, just know you're not, and just like
Your
be
time is your pussy, as you say.
no, honestly, like if I'm spending that time with you, I truly like if I'm spending time with a female and I don't expect this to end in fucking, then like I really appreciate your time. I really do, because like if there were two guys hanging out and they could fuck, they would fuck.
Yeah.
Period. If there were two guys and they could fuck, they would fuck. It wouldn't mess with their friendship at all, but they'd constantly fuck.
You're reading my mind, Kat.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I was in that
Pretty
booty
dumb.
hole last night. Like,
I
come
mean,
on
like
now.
you can, like physically you can. You just don't want to because you're not gay.
Exactly. Like the gay guys that I do know, like as long as they're on opposite of the spectrum or somewhere near like top or bottom, like as long as either one is on either side, yeah, they jump right in and then they jump right out. It's not a relationship. It's like, yo, I was horny. You knew what to do, what I needed. I knew what to do, what you needed. Are we doing this? Yes.
Cannonball
and it's done.
right in. Just-
Dude, we had like bike room orgies in my university. Like all the gay guys would just go in there, lock the door, and like switch partners left and right. Like it was just like
Yo, like honestly, like
Wait, is it actually a bike room or is a bike room orgy a slang term?
because some booties were getting ridden, bro. They were getting pedal to the left, pedal to the left, pedal to the right.
Hey,
Yeah.
Karizmatik, what are you doing Tuesday? You going to the club? Oh, no, I got this bike room orgy.
I got some cycling classes.
I was gonna say, can we go that spin class now?
Oh, they be spinning a whole bunch of something. Like, what you mean? Yo, let's hit that last principle, yo.
All right. And the last principle, of course, is social intelligence, being able to read the situation, bringing something funny to the table, having a sense of humor. We always say being funny is like the best thing.
Yeah,
but be interesting. Be something.
She says she likes sad boys, so they have to be. They're
That's-
probably not bringing
that's the
humor
so-
to the
yeah,
table
that's
all
their
the time.
social
you know what I
intelligence
mean?
they're bringing to the situation.
Sometimes.
I mean, no, maybe through their sadness, they maybe they're very good, you know, like sadness ambassadors or something. Maybe they can help you feel like less sad because they've been through it more often or something. Maybe they like, I don't know, like I don't know what
Yeah.
the.
I can feel your pain.
I
yeah.
so want to like revel in your pain.
no,
and,
they're
like,
emotional. Like one guy writes me poems, and I'm like, oh my god.
I need to pull up that phone.
I don't know.
Can we pull up the poem? No names.
We'll
I would love to see a poem.
We'll get to it later. We'll get to it later.
Roses are red,
I'll
violets are
write it down.
blue.
I'll write it down.
I will fuck you and you should me too.
Oh my god, you're a poet. You're a poet.
Oh no, I actually used to write poetry when I was young. I was a hopeless
I bet you
romantic,
did.
and then I became this asshole.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to get any pussy, and then I
That's the
became this
thing.
asshole.
All through high school, I was like, I wrote poems.
Yeah,
to kids,
yeah.
I was like really like shit, and they'd be like, oh, this is so nice.
This
You know,
shit doesn't
Valentine's Day
work.
would come, flowers and chocolate. I was like, oh, thank you, and no pussy.
No pussy. Yo,
No
I
pussy.
did that throughout all high school, and guess when I lost my virginity?
Not in high school.
Sophomore year of college. like I was failing. Like no, that was not the way to go.
Yeah, you
not
know,
the way
you know
to
what
go.
it is now. Now it's oh, you want flowers on Valentine's Day? Buy your own fucking flowers.
Yo,
you know why?
like-
Because I'll buy you flowers when I feel like I want to buy you flowers, not
see-
because I feel like I have to.
You're
and
funny.
there's
Why
this
I
pressure.
buy my own
Like,
flowers.
no,
Like
you see-
Lizzo.
Because
like, I would rather-
deserve them.
But that's the
Yes.
thing.
I'm sorry. Like
and I buy them myself.
Wouldn't
I'm the
you
guy that
rather
won't
a guy
buy
get-
you. I'm the guy that won't buy you a like. You won't get gifts and flowers on your birthday or on Valentine's Day. You're gonna get them every day of the year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna skip those days precisely because, like, no, I'm not gonna be told when to give you shit. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you shit when I appreciate you, which
We
is
were
all the
just
time.
talking
Ev-
about this Valentine's and made up
Yeah.
holidays anyway.
Yeah, so like,
made
why
up-
would I follow that shit?
Yeah.
Like,
Every day can be a holiday if I want it to be.
like I tell all my friends, all my guy friends, I said, take your women on a date a week. I know you guys may be busy, but a date a week is mandatory. You must fulfill her need for that conversation she needs with you, especially
Yeah.
if you're ever expecting
Yup.
fucking sex.
Yeah.
No, like
Yeah.
fulfill her needs too. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
What-
She
one-
wants to be able
one
to
is-
look you in
is
the face
pretty
and stare
reasonable.
at you and be like, let her do that shit. You know what I mean? Let her do that goofy shit. But like, bro,
Pick your nose and shit.
yo, like if that's what she likes to do, let her do that shit. You know, like I'm sorry, like I've had girls that like on the way home, like there'll be a 7-minute ride from work to my crib, and they would need to call me in that time.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like 7 minutes gonna kill me. No, it makes her happy, right? Is she happier when she sees me? Yeah, like is she happier when she sees me? Is she not gonna rip my head off when she sees me? Yeah, like I think it's more man to do some shit like that than like to run from it. Like, so what? She needs me.
Yeah.
Oh God, she needs me. Is that the worst feeling in the fucking world, bro? To actually be needed?
No.
No, it can't be.
No.
It can't be. So
Is that
deal
not
with
nice? Isn't that nice?
it. Yeah.
There's worse things.
There are
Yeah.
worse things. As a kid, you understand that you need your parents. You know, you can't just kill them tomorrow. You know, you need them. But like, are they
Yeah. I
I mean,
annoying
you
as
can
fuck?
ask the Menendez brothers.
It's also something more than like just needing. It's like somebody
You
wants
chose
you.
them. You chose them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to spend their time with you. They want to talk to you.
Yep.
Like
Well, and that's the thing. Like nobody's entitled to love. Like you're not even
Exactly.
like even your own parents. Like there's people that don't love their own mother.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's like that, and that's the thing too. You got to like make people understand relationships. Like we're not together. I'm with you and you're with me. We're both choosing to be around each other, and we can both choose to take that away at any moment if it's not being fulfilled.
But
like people do this thing where it's like we're together, so like everything like has to be like that. And it's like no. That can change if you start being a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like I can choose to take my time back.
Yeah.
So what?
Wait, can we do plugs first?
Oh yeah, that's good. Let's get plugs. Very nice, very nice.
Fine
Charismatic,
here.
we got the plug.
Yo, it's your boy Karizmatik. You can catch me at Karizmatik IPE on Facebook, Karizmatik_me on IG and Twitter, and you can catch me at Capo on February 24th and March 16th, and at the Comedy Studio on March 15th, and East Boston Comedy on March 1st. Starting to fill that shit up, yo. Find me.
You made me realize today with your gig you have on 316, which is my birthday. I'm definitely gonna make an Irish 316 merchandise shirt.
I will never forget your birthday again. 3/15 is my mother's.
No shit.
I will never forget your birthday again. The day after my mother's birthday, like literally, that's fucking crazy.
Hey, Sam, what do you got to plug for the Kings out there?
My social media. So my Instagram is at Sam Savello. Twitter is crazy_eyes27 because I have crazy eyes. I do. For shows, I'll be at Improv Boston Wednesday and Thursday this week. 9:30 on Wednesday and 9 on Thursday. Thursday is the Naked Show.
Thursday. Wait, hold on. Thursday, what time? what time? I gotta make sure I
It's
show up.
sold out, bro.
They let comics in sometimes. I gotta like. They allow cameras. No.
Definitely not.
I mean, they can't control the cameras of the mind.
Yeah. Let me tell you, they do naked roast at Skankfest, and let me tell you, we tell everyone up front because they'll grab some people that they know, like, please help police the phone thing because it's a problem. Like you let people know, like, we will take your pass, you will not get back in the Skankfest. It's like first night too, so it's like you'll fuck up all Skankfest. It's not worth it.
See, my shit is that like I will do a naked show, but things that people gotta know about me, I'm a grower, dog. Straight up, I'm a grower. Like you know, I don't want to poke someone's eye out. I don't need to be erect the whole time either. Like it's either you gonna see me small or you gonna see me large. Like there's no in between, bro. No half chub here.
One of these days we have to talk about the pain of growers.
Bro, like you like fluffing?
Finish the plugs.
Ani Moush, what do you got to plug?
Penis.
Speaking of growers.
Ani_Moush on Instagram. Got my Etsy store by Moush, and then it's by _Moush on Instagram. I'm gonna be at Comet Comedy tomorrow, February 3rd. Thank you, Hal, for booking me.
Shout out Hal.
Yes, that's gonna be at Cleary's at 7.
H Grit.
Then I'm gonna be at East Boston Comedy on Sunday the 9th this month.
Yay!
Shout out East Boston Comedy.
Thank you. I'm very excited about that. And then also on the 13th at Thunder Bar, doing my second installment of the Extra Basic series.
Catch that shit.
Very excited about that. That's a Valentine's Day edition. Joe Polana's going to be my co-host for that. Just so fucking hyped on that.
Shout out Joe Polana.
Very excited. And I also just want to remind everyone, we just dropped Instagram for the Kingz Podcast.
Shout out Annie Moush.
So
Mooshy.
check that out. It's Kingz Podcast on Instagram.
And our dope little logo we got now up there.
Yes.
Yo, I
New
give credit where
logo.
credit is due, and this was done up by the queen herself.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, follow me on all social media at It's Irish O'Neill. Follow the STC podcast, Shit Talking Cunts, every Sunday. We go live, call in, fucking talk shit with us. Kingz Podcast, obviously. Check out my band Dainsleif, DAINSLEIF, dainsleif.bandcamp.com. Get our album Fading Leaves, and that's it. That's that.
All right. Focus on you real quick. So now you gotta tell me about this this sad boy thing, because you're the first girl that I found to have a type that's a sad boy. Like, what are they bringing to the table? You know what I mean? Like I want to know what the game is.
I feel like we've talked about this a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like, I guess the way that it manifested was that I was dating this guy for 3 years, and he was like super like macho and aggressive and like very insensitive. So I'd be like crying, and he's like, "You need to man up. You're being a little bitch." So like after, so after I broke up with him, I was like, I don't want that. Like, I want the opposite. And I met this guy who was like super sad and like very emotional, and I'm like, oh my god, like they can't hurt you if they're like,
oh shit, oh shit.
It's kind of dark, but they do. I don't know. Like, I'm currently dating like a sad boy. Like, this one is like better and like has more confidence, which is good.
There's levels of sad boy.
Yeah, and sure. I think it needs, like, I think it can help you be like more creative and like a little bit more empathetic too. Whereas like, I guess if you're like too aggressive or like just not in tune with your emotions as a man, then it can be like harder to form a connection. So that's why I kind of always look for someone who is like more sensitive.
Well, I can give you that. I as a sad boy, I would say that's an easier type to like identify. But no, there's a lot of us out there in tune with, you know, our emotions and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like his is mostly angry.
So question. so this previous guy that you were with, you're describing as an alpha. Were you with other alphas before him, or was that kind of like the only what you would describe as alpha that you've been with?
Yeah, the only alpha.
So what makes you so sure that is inherently what an alpha is? Because you know what I mean. Like just because like I get that like on the surface level, like people hear alpha and they go, oh, like meathead, gym guy, like asshole, like insensitive. But,
he was a meathead.
But, like, but see, like I don't inherently attribute that to what an alpha is. Like alpha is more a mentality than it is anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think, that's definitely, he's not representative of like all alphas.
Because for me, like an alpha is more of in like, let's say a club situation. I'm walking in a club, I'm with my girl or something, and like some guy bumps into me. Alpha for me is like the guy turns around, he's like, yo, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm like, yeah, bro, you definitely would. You definitely would, bro. Like, have a good night, have a good night. And walk away because I'm with my girl. I got to make sure she gets out of this place, scot-free. There's no reason to make her worried about me, to make her worried about any type of situation when I know, like, I got nothing to prove. I already got everything. Like, that's the way.
And in the same way, if like, I was with a chick out and she started picking a fight with some dude or whatever, I would just start walking away. Yeah. Right? And I've done that before. And the chick was like, whoa, what? And she chased after me and was like, wait, where are you going? What would you do if he... And I was like, if he what?
Yeah.
If he what? Oh, if he knocked you the fuck out. So now because you want to pick a fight with someone because you think you're bad, that means I have to get in a fight with them. Like, no. If someone picks a fight with you, of course I'll defend you.
Definitely.
But if you go looking for a fight, if you think you're so bad, handle your business.
Yeah, I don't have to, like, why am I throwing punches?
I'm not going to get shot for your ignorance.
I'm a large black man in America. Everybody wants to shoot my ass. Like, nah, you better have a good reason for me to fight for you. You know what I mean? Not that you're just yammering on. And and I take that a step further because, like, let's say someone says something to you. Like, I have an older sister that she's put me in some bad circumstances. We're walking through an airport and she's yelling at people. Like, who's the person that's going to have to defend her?
Right.
Me, right? But like everybody in that circumstance wants to shoot me. You know what I'm saying? Why would you put us in that circumstance, regardless of the situation? Understanding that this could be this instantly becomes life or death for me. That's not a situation that you should be putting me in. So there's no reason for me to insert myself in that situation.
Yeah, I think I just thought of one other thing as you guys are talking. So I think there's maybe you can speak more to this, but I think a lot of women have this like mentality like, oh, I can fix him kind of thing. Whereas like I see you guys like alpha and you're like, I don't really want to be protected per se. Like I would rather like kind of like have more of like an equal relationship or even like
what is an equal relationship?
Well,
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Like
I
feel like dominant in most of my relationships. Like I just like to like be in control, I guess.
And do they usually work out when you're running them?
It's like a 50-50. It's like a 50-50.
That's not fair.
But like, yeah, I don't know. So like, I think that sometimes it's like you see someone that seems like maybe a little bit like weaker, and then like it just seems like an in for me.
See, this is what it is to me, right? And this was an example Patrice used to use. We're great white sharks, right? Let's use that example. If we're all we're male great white sharks, female great white sharks, you're instead of being with and this is no knock on the guy you're with, or whatever. I'm just talking generalization on what, for lack of a better term, alpha, beta, whatever you want to call it. You're essentially, instead of going for a male great white shark, you're going after a penguin, which is your food, and you're like stopping. You're going like, hey. you know I can kill you. You know I can eat you. But I'm going to let you hang out. I'm going to let you ride and stuff. But eventually, you will get bored because the penguin is just a toy, and you know what I mean. You're not really being challenged. Then you're gonna come back to the great white shark, and it's gonna be like, great, let's get back to shark business.
Yeah.
I
think
like you're never turned on by the time. Like I'm sorry, maybe not. Like maybe you're a completely different type of woman, but like sometimes like I've been in those situations where like a woman's just going off, and like the guy does something to just shut her down, and she's like, ooh, like he just knew how to take control, whether it's aggression or whatever the girl needs in that situation. You just knew how to shut it down. Like maybe she needed some smooth talking at that second. Maybe she just needed like, baby,
I believe
you
Sam
just need
asked
some ice
me
cream.
a question.
Oh,
Both of you answered on behalf of me.
correct.
Can I
She's
talk now?
right. She's right. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I think like because we've had like separate conversations about this a lot, and I think in terms of the alpha beta male like dynamic, I think a lot of the times like the sad boy thing is inherently more fun, because if you feel like you're a dominant female, then you can go into that situation kind of be like, let me see what buttons I can push and like what I can get away with sometimes. And that's
If you're talking get away with, you're not in control.
that's
If you have to get away with something, you're not in control.
that's the question that was asked.
I'm just
answering
saying.
the question.
I'm just saying.
It's not necessarily a control thing. I'm not trying to be a puppet master in any way. It's more of like
There is a dominant.
I don't want to use the term kink because it's not like a sexual thing.
It can be.
But it can be, but it's more like day to day. Does that make sense? You understand what I'm trying to say.
But you like having a guy that you like believe in what they're saying enough that you're like, word, I'm willing to like follow them, and follow not in like you're like just a dumb puppet or whatever, but you're like, word, like I'm down for what they're saying.
I think a really good example
like you
is
like
the,
when a guy takes charge and you believe in that.
Yeah. But I
See,
also
like,
would want equal, like you saad.
See, like, and the thing is this, like, so, like, with me, I'm a big picture person. So I'm like, yo, let's do, like, we're going to be, our plan is to do this. You know what I'm saying? You can take control of that entire, you know, that the entire reins of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How it progresses, how it ends up, what it looks like in the end. Like, as long as it's, like, as long as we got there, like, I don't care if you drive the ship.
Yeah. But
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
because you're
But,
an
like,
alpha.
Yeah, exactly.
A beta
like,
wouldn't say that.
But you know exactly,
Yeah.
and that like that's just like because at no point do you feel like you're not in control. At no point do you not feel like you're a co-pilot in that.
A really good example of this, and I want to roll that clip from the Whitney Cummings Good For You podcast. Like, I think this is probably a good time if we can pull that up.
Yeah, it's dumb. If you go to Facebook, it'll just be Facebook Messenger that.
Yeah, I just sent
Right
it.
up, no, up, right
Scroll,
there.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And
This
go-
show is brought to you by the
pause it.
Cash App.
Or the
Pause
cat.
it,
And then go to 36.
3645.
3645. There's no video, so I think it's just audio.
No, it's video.
Oh, it is video?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, go to the split view.
It's with Andrew Schultz and Whitney Cummings.
And
on her
hopefully we don't get
podcast.
pulled. If we do, then I'll edit this out. But
Yeah.
what was it?
3645.
3645, baby.
I need assistance with this. I don't know.
The great big ball.
I think most
know.
girls have that. I think it's baked into your DNA.
And it's like a
There's nothing
human
wrong
nature
with that.
thing, and it makes me feel like I'm emasculating you, and I have to make myself smaller, and it's the whole thing.
But don't you want to be the alpha in a relationship?
I don't. I'm an alpha in my work. I feel like in my relationship, I'd rather be a beta.
Yeah, but you won't let yourself be a beta.
How
Let's
dare
be
you?
honest. You won't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Run that back one more time, Dom.
It's okay.
Like this.
We got a lot going
We're
on.
teaching how bonds work on this
Yeah.
episode. Too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for the tutorial.
I just mansplained ball.
I'll let that one slide. That's
Mansplain.
Okay.
All right,
That's
so
okay.
Bongs.
go 3645. Go a little, just a teensy bit further. All right, a little more back.
Back a little bit.
Yeah, right there. Beautiful. All right. So here we go.
Emasculating you, and I have to make myself smaller, and it's the whole thing.
But don't you want to be the alpha in a relationship?
I don't. I'm an alpha in my work. I feel like in my relationship, I'd rather be a beta.
Yeah, but you won't let yourself be a beta.
How
Let's
dare
be
you?
honest. You won't. I know you won't. Mm-hmm. You can like cosplay it.
Yeah.
Like, let's be cute and hang out in bed, and then you're like, no, I'm on that side.
What's the difference between being an alpha and just having strong boundaries and knowing what you want?
That's alpha.
That's alpha.
You just described alpha.
That's just self-aware.
Yeah.
That's self-aware and clear.
No, it's not. people are self-aware.
That doesn't
and
have to be
beta.
a masculine trait.
I never said it was masculine.
You
I
know?
just said alpha.
Yeah. Yeah.
You assume it's masculine, right? So you're
Yes.
putting your prejudices
Very
Easy.
sexist.
right. I
Yes,
know.
we know this about me.
Doesn't make you a
super
man.
sexist.
Doesn't make you a
But,
man.
I don't know. I think it depends. I think that
You like
also-
taller guys. You should.
But yeah, I mean, I hate
wrong
it
with
about
that?
myself.
Why?
I don't like it, but it's just I'm trying to make you not feel like you have to not be shallow.
Oh, you're accommodating my shot.
I'm taking care of your
This is
feelings.
not up to us. We didn't make this
I
decision.
know, we're wired this way.
We're wired this way.
It's
okay?
like, who am I going to go with in a fire? It's like that simple.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, can you protect me in a fire? It's
I
like,
have a Wallach to protect
Okay,
me
we
from
can
fire.
We can stop
we
it
can
now.
stop it now. Yeah.
See, like that's what I deal with because I found out that like I end up gravitating towards like girls that are like bosses in their personal life.
Yeah.
And like and this is the part where like I would like to relinquish some of that control.
I think we all, to some degree, want to be able to relinquish control, and that is what makes you an alpha. Like, if you're able to relinquish control, but you know that you have it, is that not what makes you an alpha?
Yeah, you have it, and you're choosing.
And you're choosing to be able
and
to
that's why,
relinquish it.
like, kind of what he's implying when he's saying, like, you know, you're assuming it's a masculine thing. It's like it's a mentality thing. Like, alpha can pretty much be anything. Alpha wise, as long as you, it's like however you set it up that way. Like
As
if you
long
set
as
it
you're
up that
firm
way
in
and you're consistent about it, like
Yeah.
that's
So
what
on the
what it is.
flip, if you're a beta, you don't have the control to be able to release it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
You're just stuck in your role.
if
Whatever
you're
your role is, it
so
is.
you can also be an alpha sad boy.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
be.
You definitely could
You
be.
totally could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you could the sad boy could be what your social intelligence is. Like that's
Yeah.
your shtick, for lack of a better
Yeah, like
Yeah.
term.
so a lot of people think that I am not shy. I'm super shy. I'm actually very, very introspective. I grew up a very sad kid, sitting there writing poetry. Oh, why can't I get a girl? Blah
Does he
blah
look
blah.
like a sad boy to
No,
you?
no, because like what that developed into was like at a certain point you're either gonna teach yourself one or two things, right?
Yeah.
Either you're gonna continue being woe is me and turn into a fucking incel,
Mm-hmm.
or at some point you grab some semblance of emblance, or I can't get the word I'm saying resemblance of control. I don't know. Semblance of control.
There we go. We got
You
to
know what I'm saying? You're gonna grasp onto
We all went to
something
high school here.
because you do want to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Can I just? We gotta pause for 1 second.
I didn't go to high school.
And just, I got to shout out to John Stanley for a second.
John Stanley?
John Stanley?
Staley?
Staley.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. He sent me the funniest text the other day about the Kingz podcast and was just like, how does it feel to be on a podcast where you're the only one with a bachelor's degree?
Not wrong.
I have
Wait,
one
he
too.
said what? Wait,
Well, he's got a degree.
I know.
he's the only one with a bachelor's degree?
Yeah. He was
I have two.
I know, that's what I said.
Yeah, he's
Both
got,
of them engineering.
Hey, you know what?
Damn.
You know what, John? He's got one for him and one he can lend me for this argument. So fuck you.
No. Hold on. That was racist to just assume the black guy didn't have one.
And the black guy has two.
I have
That's like they're
two.
both
One for me and
educated.
an extra white guy. Like,
And on Black History Month too, canceled.
How dare you?
like, really, bro? Like, really?
No, I love him. He makes me laugh.
Oh my
He makes
God.
me laugh so much. He sends me the funniest.
Bro,
He
bro.
sends me the funniest things all the time. That says the best thing I heard in 2020.
And ranked in the state in basketball, motherfucker. Like,
Anyways.
let's go. Like,
Anyways,
ball.
I mean, I'm ranked. If the ranks go infinitely out, I'm probably like
why don't you tell
700,000.
Sam
I was 22.
what your most
I'm probably
best ranked
700,000.
thing is?
What's that?
Why don't you tell Sam about your most popular second place thing is?
What's my most popular second place thing?
You have it on your mind. You tell us.
Wait, what?
You came in second place
Put
in
him on the
something.
spot. Oh, you showing your dick?
You're talking about a Limidix.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know Big J Okerson?
No.
Okay, he's a comic, Comedy Central and stuff like that. He's kind of a big deal. He does this podcast called called Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll. It's like a top 20 podcast on iTunes. And at Skankfest last year, they did this event called Elimidix. Did you ever see the show on MTV? I think it was called Elimidate.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was like a thing where it was like.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 23.
She might be too young.
Yeah, I think you might have just
be
missed
too
it.
young.
It might have just missed it. Do you remember that
Yeah.
show? Okay, so
I'm old, though.
I think what was it? It was like you went on a date with a bunch of
Surprisingly.
people and you eliminated them throughout the date, right?
Yeah.
So they did this thing called Elimidix, and it essentially was. I showed it to you the other day, Dom. Right? Yeah, it was pretty intense. So basically, it was in the basement area of Skankfest, like, and there was like everyone.
Get to it.
Everyone, okay, basically,
Yeah.
it was a dick competition, except everyone was behind a fucking like
Loquacious
there
bitch.
was like a big wall. It was like if someone cut like 4 glory holes into a screen and then 4 dicks out, and then you had to do a costume, a personality, and a talent show contest.
With your dick.
Yeah, with your dick, and I came in second.
That doesn't work with being a girl.
And I only came in goddamn second because the one of the chick judge that was the main one really liked the guy that came in first. He had like the really cheesy flame like tattoo that comes up from the wrist, and she's like, "Oh, I really like that." So you win the personality round, and I was like, "Fuck off."
That's bullshit.
Thank you, but you know what I mean. You roll with the punches. You know what I
Not
mean?
No,
First to last.
if that tattoo was on his dick, I could
You're
see
not
her
first to
giving
last.
that
Thank you. I won the costume contest.
with your dick.
Yeah.
What dick? What dick costume did you have?
Okay, so I knew that the chick judge really liked that those like prisoner shows and stuff and stuff. So I did it. I made this big.
I'm gonna categorize this under social intelligence.
Yeah. So I made
Gotta be interesting.
I made like an orange prisoner jumpsuit that my dick wore, and I put like a red like Tupac bandana on the tip. It was great.
Boss. How'd you dress up your vagina?
What? How would I? How would I?
They bedazzle it. Isn't that,
I don't know.
Yeah, how would you?
Isn't there like bad bedazzles?
She seems so caught off guard
I'm
by it.
actually
It's
really
awesome.
worried for the naked show because I'm like, what do I do about like landscaping? Like if you like completely
Are
shave,
you naked?
Landing
naked?
strip.
yeah,
Landing
you're
strip.
fully naked. So like,
If you're not gonna fully
And
shave,
you don't get paid
go
for that?
landing strip.
Landing strip.
Landing,
landing
if
strip.
you're not gonna fully shave, go landing strip.
it gives them something to focus on,
Yeah.
other than your vagina itself.
Yeah.
because last time I saw it, all the women were like completely shaved, and you could like really see
I
some
think I would go
things.
New Orleans style and like paint my body.
Oh, that'd be sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be
No one
hot.
take my idea.
That's hot. That's hot.
What's your preferred style on a woman?
Preferred style on a woman?
Yeah, shave, not shave, landing strip.
If you're gonna landscape, it could be you could either have it mildly or like I want to see some work or attention has been put down there, not just like ragged jungle.
Yeah.
Like as
You
long
don't want
as
70s.
long
You
as
don't want
long
70s
as
Bush.
long as I can tell that it's like, yo, I made sure that the jungle's not running completely wild. I'm cool with it.
Interesting.
Like if you like it a little bit longer, I'm not gonna fault you for it. If you like it bare, hell, it makes it easier to eat. I ain't gonna complain. You know, either way,
Are
I'm
you
getting
allowed to like
somewhere
wear
else.
costume type things?
No,
No,
because you have to
full
come
naked.
out
Naked.
So it's like against the law to like strip on the stage.
Yeah.
So like you have to just like run out completely naked.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, going back to the grower thing, like that was an issue for a lot of guys.
Oh,
The la-
definitely.
Oh yeah, let's
The
get
last
back
time
to
I
that.
I'm too confident. Like it wouldn't
get
be an
back to
issue for
that.
me, but y'all better be ready to see some small dick, okay? Like
Wow.
it's a grower. It's a grower, so it's gonna be small or it's gonna be large. That's it. I ain't got no choice.
Yeah, and like we were understanding about it too, because we're like, we know everyone's flaccid. Like if you came out hard, that would be
That'd
gross.
be weird. Oh my god, what were you just
I
like?
almost
What
would
got you
rather
hard?
you come out hard.
No, what then? What got you hard? What got you hard?
That's the question.
I'm ready to-
The
question.
other naked women in the green room?
Dude, I'm gonna crush
Is what
this
you
set.
would just assume? I'm not gonna just assume that, especially as a guy. I know how weird
Did you
guys
hear her
can
just
be.
set up that Louis C.K. situation?
You're gonna get me too'd.
Like,
Okay, wait, that's an interesting predicament.
Like,
Are you me tooing someone if you just inherently get hard backstage for
I
a
think
naked
it should
show?
just be taken as a compliment because I have no control.
I mean, it's one thing if you're sitting there like fucking
Do
jerking
you have to
around
sign
at
like
it. But
paperwork for that?
No.
Oh, you just do it?
You just have to message the host. It was like a little sketch. And like apparently they're very like picky with the men that they put on, but like because
have to be.
women don't do it, like any
bet.
woman that like asks will just be put on.
Like that'd be hilarious. Do you guys have to share the same green room?
I don't know the process at all. I just know that you get like unlimited open bar, but like it's only wine and beer. So I'll just be like chugging back there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would be too. Which would make it harder to get hard. But anyways, let's do this.
Well, dude, because that's the thing. I
remember
tried
your
taking
jokes.
I tried taking a blue chew before Limidix, and then that's when that was like when I first, because I'd never taken like any kind of like Viagra thing like that. I was just like same thing. I was like, oh man, I don't want to go out there and be all flaccid and shit. So then I took it, but nothing happened. I'm like, oh, it's not like how the commercials make it sound, where it's just like you pop it and then all of a sudden it's just like
You have to-
wow.
you
It's
actually
like,
have to get
there has
aroused.
to be stuff happening
I like that.
to
That's
it.
better.
So
That's
you're
better.
just like you're back there and you're like, great. So now just nothing's happening. Like,
dude.
Oh my god.
That's why I just leave it alone.
yeah.
Like,
so you just go.
I'm
with it.
sorry, if you can't accept a grower, fuck you. You don't deserve good dick anyways. Fuck you, yo. Like,
That's a natural
Although I'll
thing.
tell you,
no, exactly. Growing is a natural thing. If you can't accept that, if you need it long the entire time, like that's not even safe. Like, what if? How many people get kicked in the balls? You know what I'm saying? Like, at least my shit retracts.
not safe.
Like my shit, like my balls retract. My dick is a grower, not a shower. Like it's meant to be kept safe. My shit, like
You're a true engineer.
my balls are engineered.
you gotta
Like
do
my
degrees.
shit's engineered. Like that shit retracts. It literally goes up, so it's safer. Like if you just want dick just slinging around the entire time, I'm not about that life. No, I'm not about that life. You can go somewhere else for that shit. My dick don't just slang all the time. No,
All
it's
right.
slang sometimes. And when
Can
it
we
needs
get
to.
to some content because Sam's here?
Content's the dick.
You know.
I had a question for you guys. So you're talking about like going down on women, and I feel like you like every time I hook up with a man for the first time, if he doesn't go down on me, like I'm just like I'm not doing this. Like you can't give like I'm not gonna suck your dick and you don't give it back. That's
What's
like fuck.
considered going down for you?
Like eating you out.
Like, cause I'll eat ass way before I eat.
I'm
pussy.
not. No.
I'm sorry. I'll dive in there face first. You won't even have to ask for that. My face will already be like what's up? I'm already in there, like
That
face
happened
deep.
to me one time. The first time I ever got my ass eat.
Yep,
And
the best time.
and
Wait,
I
I'm sorry. Can you say that?
It feels amazing. It feels amazing. It feels amazing.
I was shook.
Flabbergasted.
To this-
Yes.
To this day.
Look at her face. She's
this
her
day-
soul.
I
She's like, oh my God. Like, oh.
No, I didn't know it was gonna happen.
You see how they talk?
And then-
When you start bringing,
And then
It's better that
he
way.
was like, "Oh, I should have asked you," and I was like,
She can't stop
should've,
stuttering.
But then also,
you can keep going.
I'm happy that you did that
because now I know a new experience, and like you gotta keep going. No, because like by the time like at first you're weirded out, but then
I hope that
you
person
don't-
watches this episode. So
you don't
sorry.
understand. You don't understand how good warm and wet feels until it's making that circle around your asshole, and it's like, wow, warm and wet feels fucking fantastic. Like, wow, like,
it was not that long ago either.
yo, like.
But like,
I opened a girl's
just-
eyes to this shit. She
I didn't
came
know.
everywhere.
I didn't
everywhere.
know. I didn't know.
Yeah,
okay?
it's a.
I wasn't aware.
No, they never are, especially because nobody goes back there. So like by the time someone put their face back there and you didn't know what was gonna happen, you're like, whoa. Nah, keep going. Keep going.
that-
Like,
That was
oh god.
that was-
Like,
yeah.
no,
that
that's
was-
basically it. And like you grab them by the head, you're like, nah, stay right there. Like, nah, you gonna stay like a little to the left, a little to nah, it's something different. Like, I'm sorry, like I'm a dude, but like a chick was eating my ass, I was like, fucking hell,
Hey, the
like,
microphone. You gotta when you're.
I was like, ow!
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Also,
bro.
I think your phone's vibrating. Maybe.
Oh
That's not a call in?
no,
I don't think so.
we
Uh,
good. Anyways,
I don't think so, because if it is,
I got a little into that
got
story.
really excited.
right? I don't,
So wait, but you didn't answer my pussy eating question. So you're not gonna eat it.
No. I
Okay,
no, I
so
said
here's
I'll
the
eat the
thing,
ass
right?
first. I'll
One
still
at
eat
a
pussy.
time.
No, I'll
Here's the
still eat
thing.
pussy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so Karizmatik can't speak to this as much as I can. I am a pussy eater, so I will. Let me put it this way: I like eating pussy so much I could just eat pussy and
be satisfied
And I
with
could, like
it.
I could probably be content with just that.
See, I could eat
Now-
ass and I'll be like, that was a good transaction.
Yeah.
Like, that was fun.
Like if that's as far as it went, I'd be like, this was a great evening. So,
like you bet. Excellent.
yeah.
Like me, like that wouldn't be a bad night, but like I'd want more. You know what I mean? Like, but like
I'm pretty sure top 5 hardest I ever came was like right as I was about to finish. I told a chick to sit on my face and I jerked myself off, and it was out of this world.
I will.
That's
That is
awesome.
fucking amazing. That's fucking amazing. See, for me, like That probably happened, but literally be their ass. Like,
Wait.
And you know what? Either way, I'm down
Let
for
Sam
either.
talk.
Can we talk about threesomes? Because
Fuck yes.
okay,
Threesome
so
or
Wait. No, she has excellent stories about this shit.
Hang on.
Like, are you gonna go over like some of the
Let
stuff?
Sam
like
yeah. Well, yes.
But
Okay.
let's clarify, because a threesome is 2 girls and a guy, and a train is 2 guys and a girl.
And a devil's
listeners out
threesome.
Devil's
Two
threesome
girls
is
and a
2
guy.
guys
I
and
prefer
girl.
a train.
So
Personally, that's-
I've
train
done
is one after the other.
many, like with my friend, and like we kind of just tag team it. Like, well, like I have a dude, bring him over. She has a dude, bring him over. We'll go on Tinder. Like, we don't do this anymore because like we wanted to like take a break. But the first time we tried it, like we had never done a threesome, and this dude like knew exactly what to do. He's like, "You sit on my face, you get on my dick," and it was like it was so fun. And then like it was really good.
I love this chick, yo.
But then, like, we tried it with another guy, and he had no idea. Like, he's like, "Oh, what do I do?" And like, so we start like doing it because we know what to do, but he couldn't handle it. This guy. So like, depending on the guy, like some can't. It's like too much stimulation. I
Did
think.
he know that was going to happen before he came over?
Yeah, we told him, and then he was like, he started freaking out when we were making out. He's like, "Oh my god, you guys are so into this! I didn't know this was gonna happen." I was like, "It's a threesome.
Beta.
Like, what do you think?"
Beta.
Like, did you?
That's
He
a
was
beta.
he
That's
made
a
out with
beta.
us one by one. Like, he would kiss her, then kiss me. Like,
ready?
That's a beta.
Because this is a beta because an alpha, even if he felt the same way, would
Wouldn't they
not
express
voice that.
that?
He would sit there and be like,
No,
sick.
he'd be like-
Inside he'd be going,
No. That's absolutely wrong. That's absolutely wrong. What an alpha be doing would actually be like, he'd be like, yes, but figure out what's next. Yes, figure out what's next. Gotta, because he has to stay in control
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Be like, what's next? What's
You
next?
gotta
What's
say
next?
3
What's next?
steps
What's next?
ahead.
Yeah. So like, all
Microphone.
right.
I'm just trying to check you,
just
man.
gotta move your head back and
Trying
forth.
to check you, man.
I can't.
You gotta be like a bass player. Be like a bass player.
That's what I'm here for.
I'm sorry.
so do you guys have experience with threesomes?
Sure.
I do. Yes.
I have not. I had one. Oh, I had an orgy. We talked about the nightmare orgy that fell through back in December. That was a problem.
So I've had a few different ones. Me, 2 girls, me, a trans girl, and a girl. Haven't done the devils yet. Yeah. And so like, I don't know. But I've done actually. Does the orgy count as the devil's one? People are fucking everywhere. I don't know what.
I mean,
counts
it's
as
you.
that
You
for
kind
me.
of like you.
So you don't sound excited about it at all. You're just like,
I mean-
were they not good?
No. I've been there, done that kind of thing. Like the orgy was less. That was more. I learned a lot. And orgy, you have very limited control over who's having sex.
Yeah.
So you're like a lot of shit like you don't want to see. So it's kind of like you just kind of keep like you kind of just walk by, but like kind of saw that. Like, you know what I mean? Like the other 2 are excellent though. The other 2 are a lot of fun.
Ani, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, it's kind of short and sweet. It was in college. It was 2 guys. One guy I was dating. One guy I had hooked up with prior.
There you go.
And
Nice.
he and we were in the person whose room I had hooked up with prior, and they did not like. They were teammates, and they did not like each other. But I had brought it up as half a joke, and because they didn't like each other, they had to just prove to each other that like that. I don't know. I think it was an ego thing.
Yeah. You see, like ladies, let's think about this. Would that ever happen with women? Would you fuck someone with a girl you didn't like?
No, I didn't have to do it.
No, would you do it?
I wouldn't. I like.
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
no one. If that was presented to me, I'd be like, oh, fuck you.
You know what I'm saying? Guys would
You
be
know?
like, I know we don't like each other, but we can both fuck her. Can
Wait, I
we
mean,
put that
we wouldn't
shit
even-
aside?
I've heard of this
Ready?
too. Like
Ready?
people just being
It-
like, "Fuck it, let's
it
put our
wouldn't even-
differences aside."
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It wouldn't even be words. Like if we hated each other and that was gonna
Right.
happen, we would go.
Wait, so
It took.
We probably even high five during.
It took the guy that I was dating like a beat, but then things started to happen. He ended up leaving the room
wait,
because he started to get like pissed.
so were you
Wait,
taking
hold
turns
up,
or was it
hold
like
up. Yeah, yeah.
double?
Thank you, Sam.
No, that sounds like they were taking
Sam read my
turns.
mind. I was about to be like, I was like,
That sounds
women,
like a
I was like,
train.
women do not know how to tell a story. Slow down.
Excuse me.
Give us a little more. Come on. You're skipping over all the. You're like things started to happen.
I'm sorry, but
What-
most women
Wait.
usually hit all those details. I'm just saying she might have missed them.
Okay.
Right?
Well,
I'm
are
purposely
you-
leaving out some.
No, you can't. You can't go for the
Fine.
story and then go half pitch. Let's do
Come on
this.
now.
Because then
You're in there now.
We're just gonna ask questions because we know how sex works.
We. Okay, fine.
People are watching.
I know.
Yo, it's either gonna be 100% real or you ain't gonna bring it up. Let's do this.
We started.
Honesty, Ani.
I was
number
naked.
2.
We were all naked. We're all there.
You got naked first.
No, they got naked
they
first.
got naked first. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started hooking up with the person that I was dating first because I'm a lady.
Okay.
There you go.
Very nice.
And then I started hooking up with the other person, and I asked. Oh boy. I hope that this is. I hope this is who I think it is.
Call from.
Hey guys, it's Jeffrey Epstein again.
Oh no.
Oh my God! Hang up.
Hang up.
And then I started hooking up with the other person and asked the person that I was dating to, like, from behind.
Oh.
And
Okay.
he, like, couldn't. He, like, went to go mount and then couldn't.
I understand.
And then left.
His ego got in the way.
Yeah.
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 Did you finish up or did you leave after?
Wait, so you didn't actually? It didn't happen.
Hold on.
We
let me
started
finish.
to.
Let's finish.
Okay.
And then he couldn't do it.
Yeah,
And
he-
so then I was like, well, now this feels like if he leaves, this feels like now I'm cheating on him.
Yeah.
So now I have to leave.
So it didn't fully manifest.
What a
That's
soldier.
not fair for you.
Yeah.
So what
That's
were you
not
planning
fair
to
for
do?
you.
Were you gonna suck the other guy's dick
I
while he
was
fucked?
sucking his
She
dick.
was about to figure this shit
I
out.
already was doing
Yeah.
it. I was in it.
And I think that's a little bit more intimate than already being fucked. So she's already in it.
Yeah, I was already doing it.
Yeah, like,
I was already halfway.
He pussied out, bro. That
No,
was like, what do you do?
thank you. No,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad you're not with that guy anymore.
You-
Fuck you,
I
pussy.
He-
committed.
You know what it
like
was?
I was there.
No, you know what it was? You're right. The two guys were fucking having a battle, and he lost.
He
'cause
lost.
fucking-
His
Yeah.
dick didn't get hard.
Yeah.
he got in his feelings first.
Yeah, he was
But
being phony.
He's the
Yeah.
only
He
one.
wasn't being honest.
He's the yes.
He
yes,
never
yes,
wanted
yes.
it to actually go
And
that
he
far.
shoulda said
and then
it.
he got called on his bullshit.
Yep.
And then he let it keep going. And then by the time it was like fucking all right, stick it in. It was like, oh fuck, I really don't want to do this. And he
See-
couldn't just admit that. He's like, oh, but and then left. So he
Yeah.
fucked it up. You just gotta be honest.
Yeah.
See, when mine happened, the first one was me calling her on her bullshit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bullshit. She was being honest. Like, the sex we had afterward was fucking phenomenal. She was so turned on by the situation, like literally just back. It was just back to back and like amazing. And then the second time it was just like it's kind of what we do now. Like it's kind of like
Tremendous.
I like to put
Yeah.
on a show.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
she kind of had like this voyeurism to her like thing. So like I have no problem relinquishing control to a person. Like if I can relinquish control, especially I know you can take care of me, I will relinquish complete control to you. So like in those moments, I love taking orders. Like if you have a girl in the room giving me orders on what to do while
Yeah.
I'm fucking someone else,
Yeah.
I love that.
That's
shit.
how you know we're entertainers.
Like,
That's
use
literally
me,
what I
like-
said. I told him what to do, and he couldn't do it.
No. You see, different. I said basically you're using me as the tool in
Yeah.
this situation. You're controlling me as the tool. So
Yeah.
I'm basically your dildo for you.
Yeah.
And like that situation is kind of a turn on for me. I don't understand why, but
Yeah.
like
No, that
like,
sounds pretty cool.
Trusting, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I don't have a problem with that.
bro, like that's bit like that.
Sustained.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be a sub to you in that way. You gonna point me in the direction of fucking someone else? Yeah, flip her upside down right now, fucker. Like,
Yeah.
have you guys seen that episode of Spartacus?
I swear to God, I
Where,
thought he was about
like,
to say SpongeBob.
No. There's this one episode of Spartacus where
See the episode of SpongeBob where they just fuck?
no, there's this one episode,
Sandy cheeks.
bro. Yo, but this is one episode
Whoa.
where right at the beginning, the master and the
Scooter does
missus,
kinda look
the
like
master and the missus of the
Take
house,
note.
right?
Yeah.
They're in this like bathroom and a bathing room or whatever, where like there's a pool or something. They have their
Bathhouse.
bathhouse in their personal house though.
Yeah, okay.
And he's getting out of the pool and he's just been massaged by one of the slaves. And he turns around and he wants to have sex with his wife. So he turns around and he drops all his clothing. And she's
Nice.
like,
power move.
and she stops and she's like, okay, but not with me. And she points to one of the slaves. She's like, fuck her in the ass. And I was like, and he was like, yes. And he was like, yes, ma'am. And he turned around and he starts fucking her in the ass. I was like, holy
Man down.
shit. Like, I was like, holy, oh. Like, I'm sorry, like that shit was dope. Like,
You're like, wait, we don't have a folder for this.
like, what the fuck was What is this kink called? I don't
Do
know.
I file this under?
Had no clue, but that shit was hot for me. I was
I'm
like,
firing a flare. I don't SOS. I need help.
you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like a king sending his best like warrior to kill the other warrior. You know what I'm saying? The satisfaction of that. It's like, yeah, I served you well, right, king? Like
That's why
hell
you
yeah.
have queens.
Exactly. Queen, I slayed her with the dick quickly, right? Like knight thee.
So, what is everybody's thoughts on anal?
Love it.
I know you
Why
love
are you
it.
Oh, I know
screaming?
you
You're
love
that.
screaming.
You don't have to
excited.
yell. Wait, no, this is what we do, right? Wait, leave it this close, but then I'm just gonna do that. And you just stay where you're at.
Yeah.
There.
Yes.
There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Very good.
We're gonna mic your chin.
I got you. I got you, though. That's what everybody be doing nowadays.
Me?
You doing it?
Anal's dope. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
No
I've
problem
never
with that.
had a penis in my butt.
Really?
You should try it. It's fun.
It can go
Interesting.
wrong. Honestly, like
can.
I had bad experiences. Like the first time it was like very bad. Like the guy was just like, let me just dump a bunch of lube on my dick and then just shove it in. And that felt very bad. Like you need to prep.
Yeah.
You really need to
You gotta warm it up first.
A lot of
yeah. So like another time I did it with this guy and like he just like went to town. I don't know what he was doing, but like he really opened it.
Yeah.
And then like
No,
you
you
can
do.
get it. You
Yeah,
can get a
you
feeling.
gotta get it. Yeah, you gotta get warmed
The
up.
dick
Yeah.
like hits so hard that you like feel it in your pussy.
No. It's true. It's true.
Because
Especially if they're big.
Okay.
this is a guy thing. Like this is the weirdest thing about chicks to me is like the fucking. It's like Teflon, the little tiny like
Yo,
like
he's
between your
tinfoil.
pussy and your ass. It is crazy.
like no. It's absolutely absurd. Like
Like,
the,
you see how I'm like holding it?
the orgasms are at least the organs are at least 5 times stronger. Like they just fucking like it's. I mean, I'll let you explain that. I don't like.
She's nodding her head. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have a vagina. I can't explain it for her. Like,
It just feels like so much different. And then like with this particular guy, he was like so big that it was just like destruction. And I was like, I can't even like move. I'm just like I'm like
stand there. You
dead.
have to. I say it's the ultimate. Like half of the kink for me is like it's the ultimate submission. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. And it's the ultimate trust at the same time. Like they really gotta trust you not to fuck up for you to be back there.
Yeah.
And they also gotta trust you to know what you're doing for you not to hurt them. So like it's the ultimate submission and the ultimate trust. There's no deeper point for me in like sex. Like you're literally giving me everything at that point.
Yeah.
You have nothing left to give me.
No.
You have nothing left. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
I always wondered why guys like it, so that's why.
it's a huge, also it's a huge taboo. Like, I mean,
Damn.
ultimate submission because a lot of us are dominance based, and then like it's a huge taboo on top of those. You put those two together, it's a great time, especially when you like when many people don't let you do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Then it just becomes
Yeah.
rarer and rarer, and it just keeps climbing higher and higher and higher on the list.
Yeah.
So with the guy I'm dating, I told him like I was like, we can do anal and we can have a threesome with another girl. Like I said yes to both, and he was like, anal, but he's not excited about it. We haven't even done it yet. But with the other girl, like this is actually what he told me. He's like, okay, well I'm gonna fuck the other girl while she eats you out. So that means I'm gonna be fucking you through her mouth. And like, what? Ultimate fantasy. You know?
Have you told that on stage yet? That's fucking hilarious.
I need to.
That's fucking hilarious. I mean,
That's
next
the best
level.
sad boy shit I've ever heard in my
Put a
life.
lot of thought into it.
Like,
That's a poem. It's a goddamn
for
poem.
anybody else, that's just a normal threesome. For him, he's
Mama,
like,
I made it!
he's like creating a Megazord. Like, the fuck is up with this guy? He's like, Super Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. My dick is in her, and her mouth's on you. And then like we stand up, and it's like.
It's like opposite human centipede.
No, but that's adorable and hilarious at the same time. It's like, yo, he's never had this
I
opportunity
didn't like
before.
that imagery.
Like he doesn't even know. Like he doesn't know. Like it's like your first time having a can in your hand. You're not sure how to hold it. You're like threesome. I'm like, oh my god. Like
Yeah, you're right. Because like not everybody gets the opportunity.
At
So when
all.
when that opportunity arises, like people freak out, and you can blow it. You can really blow it.
yeah.
So,
yeah, no. He's going to. He's already over. No. Think about this. He's basically a virgin again. Have you guys ever had a virgin blow their first time because like they couldn't get hard?
no.
No, you
I've
haven't.
had 4 virgins under my belt. I know.
Yo, they can
I know.
either blow their load too
Yeah,
early
I
or they don't
know.
get hard because they're too excited.
Yeah.
And like You have 2 women. Now half of the worry is, do I have enough dick for 2 women? Not long enough, but long-lasting enough dick for 2 women. You know what I'm saying? And like, how many nuts can I go through before my dick doesn't get hard again? Like, these all become thoughts, and all these thoughts that you're thinking are stopping you from thinking, yo, she's fucking hot. And all those thoughts that keep your dick hard are not going through your head.
It's the curse of being a man. It's
You're
like,
going to fuck up your first time. I did.
If any like cunt hair of a like thought like that gets in your head, it just immediately starts like replicating, and then you're like, fuck, and you're like, no.
Like, it happened my very first time. I literally couldn't get hard until like the girl that was in the room with me came over and like spread the girl apart. And I was like, that shit was so hot. Like, watching another girl spread the other girl open for me, I was like, and like I just got hard all over again. It was like, ah!
Yeah, I didn't realize, like, for men, you can probably get performance anxiety because, like...
Oh, big time.
Like, I don't know. Like, even if I ride the dick, like, I can ride the dick no matter what. Like, I could be thinking about anything, you know? Like, I don't have to...
Yeah.
As long as the motion is keeping you wet, you can keep going. I mean, once it dries up, you'll have to stop. That hurt too much.
Have a to-do list in my head, like, for the next day.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, you guys just...
Time do I have to get up tomorrow?
Think about this. The best way for a guy to elongate sex is to distract himself. So he'd be like painting on the wall, fridge, phone call, like literally like that, and then like we'll think that every 3 seconds. No, literally, we'll focus on anything but you in the moment. That's how we elongate that shit. It's like, don't look at her cheeks, don't look at her cheeks, don't look at her cheeks. Phone call, mama, grandma. Yeah,
that doesn't
grandma.
make you soft.
No.
Not instantaneously. Like, if you're close to coming, you want to think grandma, mama. That would instantly take the coming out of it.
You need a sharp pullback.
You need a sharp pullback. That will instantly take that out of it.
You would have done well at Al's house because his grandma was upstairs.
Yo, I like this shit. So
Amazing callback.
Al should definitely be fucking at his
God.
crib then. Al should be fucking at his crib. Al will go forever. He'd be like, grandma.
God damn it, I missed
That
you.
was awesome.
God damn it.
That was
Jesus
awesome.
Christ. Tremendous.
Yo, but those are great questions. I mean, no woman yet has asked us those
this
penetrating
is the crazy
questions.
thing, right? Like, it's difficult for women to come, and it's not difficult for men to come.
Yes.
It depends
So,
on
like-
the female.
Like, well, I'm talking more often than not. You know what I mean? I'm talking generally, like.
What do you think about that?
I think a lot of women don't orgasm during sex mostly because, like, especially if it's like a one night stand or a hookup, like people aren't putting in the effort to figure out what you like. But like if you have a long term partner and like you're like, you know, you'll figure it out and you'll be able to come. But some people way less than others, I think.
I think
Like,
it's just if you don't ask, you're not gonna.
No, you don't have to ask. Like, women are a formula. Whatever way it takes you to figure out that formula, it works. Like whether you're one of those guys that you stick your dick a little to the left and she's like, huh, and you're like, that's one of the spots, right?
Yep.
And then like,
What I mean though
is
is if instead of figuring out the formula, if the goal is to get the female to come and you're trying to figure it out, if also the female is not vocal, like, oh, I like this, oh, do this, little this way, whatever, blah, 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 then it's not going to happen.
Okay. But is there not a difference? Hold on. Especially you. Is there not a difference between a guy that just doesn't know what he's doing and a guy that just instinctually fucking, like, just knows what he's doing?
Yeah. I think the guy that I did anal with was just like going at like.
You didn't. Have to
I didn't even usually. No, I am big on communication. Like usually, like some people are so dumb. Like I've literally been like, you know, we're doing doggy style and they're like can't even get it in. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. So some people are really dumb, but like others, like you can just let them take the wheel and just be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's way
better.
better.
You're the perfect person to answer that because you've been in both situations. Like, there are people out there where it's just like oh my god, all right. Take the wheel. Like, Jesus, take the wheel.
Of course.
And like those should be like, that should be the epitome of having sex for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just go.
Yeah. But also communication is huge.
It's cool when it's necessary, but nobody hopes. Everybody hopes it's not necessary.
Let's just say you're one of those guys that we're talking about, right? And you don't know if you're not so familiar with like the female body or whatever, and you want to be communicative.
I'm sorry. What were you indicating?
I'm indicating the list of our principles.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I wasn't pointing to you.
I was like, what?
I was pointing to the list. And
I was like, my beer?
No,
my beer
like,
doesn't know how to make
asking
women
like,
come.
what are you into? Like, what do you like? Like, that kind of thing, like that's important too.
But let's say
Sure,
this:
but-
you become more
using
socially.
toys is a game changer.
Yeah.
I didn't know. A lot of I thought it was so weird. I was like, can I like use my vibrator when we're hooking up? And the guy
Fuck
was
yeah.
like,
Fuck
of
yeah.
course. Like that's so weird. I thought it was weird.
It's
Yes,
so
in
fun.
fact, let me
So
off.
good.
the hook.
See, and like in those situations,
Yeah.
like she had to ask, but the guy was like, "Duh."
Yeah.
Like you still like he still knows. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you like communication is key, but like even if you just reach for something weird, it shouldn't be like like literally all of this plays into the confidence and social
Yeah.
intelligence. Like
Yeah,
after
yeah.
a while, you should be able to read people.
After
mean,
a while,
and
I
this-
thought we were talking about the one time.
And this
No,
is-
no, but like after a while, like if you're a guy, you've been
Yeah.
around the block. I'm hoping a little bit.
yeah, got
you should know how to read people. Like
got you. Yeah.
Like eventually you learn like I just consistently get it wrong.
Yeah.
So then like you know what I'm saying? You learn that you get it wrong all the time. You got to
Yeah.
do something different. Like you learn.
Do you think that everybody knows that they're getting it wrong all the time?
No, because
are
people are too
people honest all the time?
No.
Women fake it
Yeah.
so much,
Don't
and then that
fake.
gives them feedback, thinking they're good, and
Right.
it's gonna keep happening.
Exactly.
Women ruin it for
Exactly.
other women. Men ruin it for other men.
Yeah.
And this is the thing too, though, is like communication's important, but at the same time, it's like I don't want, it's like don't give me all the answers up front. Like part
Yeah.
of, part of the
Yeah.
fun
No.
is like I want to know, I want to see and know that I can do it. I don't need let me see if I can do it without your answers.
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Like
Because more often than not, we're gonna get there without it. But
Yeah.
if you're just fucking Fort Knox or whatever in fucking 10 or 15 minutes, it's not happening. Sure, let me know what I'm doing wrong. I guess at
Yeah.
that point. But like,
Yeah.
how often does that really happen? And I don't know.
Not
I'll give him
often.
Not often for me. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I
It should-
usually
it shouldn't be that often.
I usually find it. It doesn't take too long. It doesn't
Yeah,
take too long.
it shouldn't.
Like, I asked you this question. Do you know why G-spot simulators are shaped a certain way?
yes.
Because there's a general design to where it lays, right?
Yeah.
So if you can, so if you, so I don't give a damn. Like what, like
Tried and true.
Someone said on one of our
Checking
last
for
episodes,
change.
"Oh, it's not just a button. It's like
Yes, it is.
it
Bitch.
kind of is. Like I can hit it from the ass side. I can hit it from this side. It's literally in the same fucking spot. Like that's how we know it's a fucking.
It's not
button.
a button in the sense that you're pushing it,
No,
but it's a button you're rubbing.
you know, it's like
You're like, hey, come
It's like
here.
a scratch and
Hey, buddy.
like literally,
Hey.
if you're like, sorry to keep going back to you, but like vaginally coming like the G spot, and then like anally coming the G spot, is it not like literally like right overlapping each other?
Yeah, I think it's pretty close.
Yeah. So literally, if you know where it is, it's a matter.
Yes,
of
got
Wait,
all
are you
the
saying the
answers.
spots are close in proximity?
They're basically the same. It's basically the
Because
same.
I think
wait, that
he
doesn't make
he
sense
hit my
because-
vagina through my ass.
yes. That's the part you're missing.
Okay, wait. I see.
Yes.
Sorry, I see what you're saying now. Sorry, the way you described that, I was like,
No,
I was like running through the anatomy in my head.
bro,
I was
like-
like, that didn't make. Okay, now.
like I'm sorry, I'm an ass fanatic. So like there have been many times where like I've stuck fingers up her ass and like stroked forward like this.
Oh, yeah,
and you
okay,
get
okay.
the
I
same.
see what you're saying.
fucking,
Yeah, okay.
Like,
Okay.
trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
I believe you. No, I believe you.
I get
No,
it.
I just I literally
way
can't
you-
contribute
yeah, the
because
way
I
you
have
just-
not done that. So, but I believe you.
No, I was borderline asking you to go home and try it.
I was just
be
the
done.
way you were
Okay.
describing that. I was envisioning that a completely different way than when you just described it. That's why I was so confused when you said it at first.
Like
I was
me, like
What?
like it's fucking. I'm fucking weird in the way that a woman cannot disgust me. Not in like any
Oh, yeah.
like periods don't disgust me. You know what I'm saying? Like I am like so enamored of women that y'all don't disgust me. I'm sorry. So like I'm willing
Nah,
to
it's
try
kind of
anything.
disgusting to me.
I'm sorry. I don't find it like
That's fair. We
I
can
don't
disagree
and
on
I
that.
What are
hate
your thoughts on
blood.
period sex?
I've done it. I think if you do it in the shower, it's usually like pretty easy cleanup,
Yeah.
which is good.
That's the move.
But you
if
know,
it has to happen in the shower.
I think women are more horny. Like I have, like when I
Far
masturbate
more.
on my period, like I go nuts
Yeah.
because
Far
like
more.
you're
For
so
sure,
much
for sure.
more horny. So it is gonna be better. I
Yeah.
think it's just like, I don't know. It can get really messy and like I don't know. Have you ever gone down on a girl on their period? I feel like that's like not
By
okay.
mistake once. I'll admit
That's
to
not
it.
okay.
A girl's farted in my mouth before. Like I've had some. Like when you have no boundaries like me, you run into some circumstances.
Dirty Dom just came up from over the curtain and gave such a look I will never forget.
Let me tell you, nobody's singing songs of everyone goes like, oh, guys complaining and stuff like these are the sorrows of guys. Nobody knows the sorrows and troubles we've seen.
Like guys,
Jesus.
we don't like talking so much that like most people don't tell their horror stories like this. Like yeah, you're gonna eat her out, right? She's gonna queef in your mouth. The butthole's right there. You think she can't fly one up at you while you're eating her out? Yeah, she blowing right off your chin.
Test me, hoe. Test me,
and you
hoe.
know what? And you know what? We're such fucking gentlemen.
We will keep going.
We don't say anything. We just keep going.
We'll just keep.
They won't
eating.
say anything to you, but to their boys later. Like,
Okay.
oh my god.
All right. How dare you complain after your 7 orgasm? My fucking fart off the chin. Like, are you serious? I'm a fucking soldier. I can tell whoever the fuck I want at this point. Like,
I think
I earned it. I did my way
as
there.
long as he doesn't use your name, yo, he can tell everybody. Fuck that.
oh my god.
Chick fucking blew one right off my fucking chin.
Oh
The
my
hell?
god.
Jesus.
Y'all act like y'all are perfect. Nah, sex ain't perfect. Shit
Never
be going
said I was
down.
perfect.
Exactly. So you've let
That's
one rip.
not true. I've said I was
This
perfect
one is
on
like
podcast before.
less dirty, but what do you guys think about choking? Should you ask a person before you choke
No.
them? Because I've had people just like straight up just start strangling me, and I don't like it.
I would say
Question. Wait, you mean they're going like full blast right away?
yeah,
can't go full
yeah.
blast
No,
right
you
away.
can't go
like
full
you gotta
blast.
go light
I graduate.
and then see
I
what
graduate.
they do. and
Yeah.
then- yeah.
You don't ask, but yeah, you
'Cause,
first
like-
you get hand on throat, and then you slowly apply pressure. And it's kind of like
So-
tell me
If
when.
someone
So-
said, "Can I choke you?" I'd be like,
You've kind of taken that ruins the point of choking.
"Yeah."
Mine's like this. Like while you're in your long stroke, right, and they're like, you hold them at that point, but like it's a gradual one, like this. Like,
But I don't like it. That's why,
At
like,
all?
I
You're
don't.
not a-
Yeah, so it's weird when people start doing it because
Yeah.
then I'll be like,
Oh.
ugh, off. Like I
And
don't.
then I just
That's
take
fair.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And then if you don't like
No,
it,
that's fair.
yeah.
Like I mean, like you're not gonna be like stop sex after the first time, but you probably
No.
remove the hand.
yeah,
right?
I'll just be like, no, like
If
I'm
you
not
move
into
the
take
it.
you
hand,
out of
then-
it.
No, like yeah, like the
Yeah,
guy will
poco.
stop usually,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, yeah, I'm not into that.
Yeah.
And like, but like I found it's weird because like almost everyone's into choking, like based on my sexual experience.
It's weird because I mean I'm not
I'm
into
not.
being choked myself, so like I don't get it. But like I know a lot of people that are into choking, and
I
like
know a
okay.
lot of
Or
women.
I've just
that
encountered a
choke.
lot of people that are like into it, and I'm like okay. okay.
I know a lot, and I'm down. I'm DTF. I'm down for
They're
anything. You know,
chokers for a
I don't
reason.
give a damn.
So-
DTC.
No, down to choke. I'm down. As long as you don't die, I'm not trying to kill anybody.
Charismatic. Have you ever been like with a girl like completely like taking over, like even like handcuffs or something? Like what's like the most like dominant a woman has gotten on you?
I like how you directed that question to him.
Because he's saying that he'll let them do anything.
I've done the handcuffs. I mean, I'm not exactly interested in being penetrated, but I've done the handcuffs. You can tie me up. You can tie me up and all that shit. I mean, you can ride my face. You can do all that shit. I'm not I am the dominator. I am the penetrator. I don't exactly enjoy being penetrated. You can give me a finger or something up the ass or something like that. Maybe a very
fair.
small dildo, but like I'm not exactly like that's gonna make me be like I don't want to do.
You
this
ever
again.
you ever been put in vampire cuffs?
What's a vampire cuffs?
They're like leather cuffs, but the inside have a bunch of like
Spikes on them.
little metal spikes that cut into you.
I'm not
you,
into-
You can either go like light and it'll just kind of scratch you, or you can go like tight and it'll dig into you.
I'm not particularly into pain.
I'm not kind of
That
either,
sounds
but
fun.
but it's interesting. It's kind of. I mean,
Maybe a little scratching,
like-
but
Each
like
their own.
like to be honest, I don't really get anything sexually from the
Yeah,
pain,
not at
but
all.
it's kind of like I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. I can't even really describe it.
If my dick's not hard, I'm probably not wanting to be interested in sexually. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, and like that wouldn't have my dick hard. I
Yeah,
don't
but
like
see, if
pain,
you're
you
having
know?
like really long sex sessions and you're kind of like doing this kind of
that could make it
back-
interesting.
You know, you mean
intriguing.
it kind of like
That can make it interesting.
it makes you're building the fucking tension and shit over a while.
I'll give you that. I'll try that then. Yeah, I can
No.
give that a try. Yeah, I have no
be fun.
problem with women trying
Yeah.
to establish their control and anything because I know where I stand. If I wanted to flip, I'm a very large man. If I wanted to flip it on a
If she
paradigm,
comes out dressed as Dracula, with
you want to come out just as a dude?
no dressed
Like,
as
You done the same thing as me. With a cape and
a
everything.
no like dressed as a vampire.
Just say a sexy vampire.
Sexy vampire. God damn, you know exactly
okay,
what I mean.
Okay, so goofy goth chick, gotcha.
yeah.
I love that. Like punk rocker or like goofy goth chick.
And I like goth chicks, too. Like, don't
pale
get me
with all the
wrong.
tattoos and shit. I'd fuck the shit out of her.
And she's like, I have these vampire cuffs that I want to use.
Okay, what are you gonna let me do to you after you use that on me? You're
Okay.
gonna have to
That's-
barter then.
that's
You're
fair.
gonna have to barter then.
Okay.
You want me to do that? You really gonna have to barter, and you better know what I like.
Okay, that's fair.
Yo, like sex is meant to be interesting. Let's
Answered
make
my
this
question.
interesting.
That's all.
That's all. Let's make this interesting.
Cool.
What do you want to do? All right. What are you willing to give me? That's it. I mean, like shit. You want to try this on me? Like if you said you wanted to peg me in the ass, Just give me something very good as collateral. We'll see what happens. Like, I don't believe in nose and sex.
What's your
like,
social security number?
like I don't believe there's
My kink is no.
no. Like honestly, for me, the biggest turnoff is no in sex. Like, you know what I'm saying? There should be like some type of discussion. No. Like once you say no, I'm completely turned off. I don't want to fuck. You know what I mean? So like for me, there's no such thing as rape because like either you want me to fuck you or we're not doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like I get.
Wait. Hey, wait. Did you see how like you and I just did a complete typical role reversal? It's like I hate the way you phrased that, but I totally agree with what you're saying.
Wait, what?
I felt like
That
said
was terrible phrasing.
Terrible.
We
probably.
don't condone rape on this podcast.
You guys knew what I was fucking saying.
We
but yeah.
don't
you know what I mean?
condone
We
rape.
just had a role reversal moment where I was like, I
Consent
felt like
is
how you feel
important.
about how
You
I say
need
shit.
a solid, clear yes.
No. I get what the point is. He's saying is like
You get it.
Like he,
I don't understand how people could.
No.
do that.
What he's saying is like he doesn't like any of the like games of like even like you probably don't like a chick that does the whole like oh no thing, but like
No,
really means
that
yes.
instant turn off.
Yeah,
Instant
that's it. Like
fucking
it's
turn
either
off.
like yes we're fucking like I don't like when they're going like no but they really mean yes kind of thing. Like,
There's no
it's
means
like
yes
part
to
of
me.
like
No.
that's like their
that
thing.
means
It's
no.
like
I'm walking
It's
out.
like I don't like that. Yeah, especially in today's society and shit like that. It's like
That's entrapment. I'm
It's like
walking
I want to
out.
know up front. Like this is good to go. Cool, we're in it. Like I don't want to like and if it's no then like it stops. Here.
Like if you're a girl that's no means yes, all right, consent form. I'm
video proof, like everything, like something, like
I'm too uncomfortable. My dick won't stay hard. I can't do this.
same.
Yeah, and you have a good point because like literally any normal person, if someone says no, like you're gonna be turned off. You're not
You
gonna be
should
like
be a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like,
they
okay,
don't
then
want you.
bye.
There are enough people that
I'm out.
like dominance is part of sex enough that some people like dominance is even when they say no. Like, but I think that should be such few in number that like no like. Someone doesn't want you, like, I'm sorry, half of the sex for me is like, damn, you want me to do shit to you?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I want you to do shit. It's like, damn, you want me to do shit to
Yeah,
you?
I don't like no. I like yes and more.
Yeah, like,
Like keep fucking going.
improv, yes, and
Yes.
like, that's why it makes me so, like, rape literally makes me so, I'm still to date to laugh at any rape jokes. I can't, like, it fucking bothers me. It's not that funny. Like, there's only one thing I actually laughed at. There was one dude that in Brazil, this was actually a news article. He raped like his 2-year-old son or some shit like that. Yeah, and he ended up in jail. And then
Whoa! What was he wearing? Just proved you wrong.
That was funny. So the guy ended up in prison, right? And the prisoners took it upon themselves to rape him. So they basically did a train on his ass, and then he got stitched up in the medical
Which
bay.
is 2 guys and.
It was in Brazil. It was a lot of dudes, man. Like probably a few trans too. Like
That's called a gangbang.
no, train one after the other. Gangbang, everybody can be fucking you at the same time, but a train is one.
No,
after
they
the
were
other.
one big gang and they bang.
in his butthole. Yes,
And he was fucking him through fucking him. Fucking him.
that's kind of like his dick was in him and him and him. Fucking great callback.
Thank you.
Yo, you should use that callback too. That's excellent.
Holy shit.
But after he got stitched up and like sent back to general population, they raped him again. And, like literally raped him through the stitches. It was just I laughed at that because that's just desserts. Like you
karma.
deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, if you play play stupid game, win stupid prizes.
Yeah, I mean, you did that to a child. Okay, so these adults are doing it to you. Multiple. Like I think that was
That's fair.
equivalent. But like
That's fucked up.
nobody told you to do that shit.
No.
Wow. Crazy.
Should we get to some clips?
Yes,
and then
please.
we'll wrap up.
Great questions today, Sam. Sam had all the questions ready.
Thanks. I love sex. So.
True, like, thank you.
Keep going.
Why
Two-
we're
two
all
more.
here.
One more over. Yeah, there we go. What are
And
we
thank
doing,
you, thank you for
King's
actually
Roundtable
looking
or-
for the guy's mindset because most people feel like they
Yeah.
already know what the fuck guys are thinking.
Oh no, I already want to have Sam back on. This is a great episode.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey.
I love how Karizmatik and I just have such long legs. There's no way we can't play footsies on
Yo,
YouTube.
we have been the
No.
entire time.
Every episode is me and him just awkwardly trying to avoid each other's long. Like we just overlap no matter what. We're always touching. It's just a thing. Okay, so what is this first clip? You want to set this one up, or I don't even remember what this one is. These are from last week. We didn't get to them.
Yeah, so I mean, he didn't even let me see the title or whatever.
Yeah, back out for a second when we see the title.
Cheating girl gets exposed by her ex-boyfriend on speakerphone.
Excellent read. Thank you. Yeah, you can be like.
Hey, can we talk for a sec?
Yeah, I guess. What's up?
I know we've been through our ups and downs, but I still really have feelings for you.
You're joking.
You know, like,
What am I just supposed to overlook the fact that you fucked my dad?
What? Oh!
hey, can we talk for a sec?
Yeah, I guess. What's up?
I know
Wow.
we've been through our ups and downs, but I still really have feelings for you.
You're joking.
You know, like,
What am I just supposed to overlook the fact that you fucked my dad?
Yo. That's amazing. You're welcome. Y'all are welcome. That was an excellent clip. That was an excellent clip. That's amazing. Wow. Okay. Let's discuss that real quick. Oh, Iris, what would you do?
Wait. So, okay, before I give you an answer, what was the purpose? I was confused by the title of the video.
He exposed her. She was calling to get back with him, but he just exposed her in front of all her friends and shit.
Wait. Oh, so she was genuinely trying to get back with him, and then
Seemed like it.
Oh, okay.
And he just flamed her ass.
So what would I do if I was who?
If you were the guy that got your dad.
Oh, so if
fucked
I
his
found out
girlfriend.
my ex fucked my dad.
I think they were dating at the time. It kind of. I have no idea. Whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so I was with my ex, and while that happened, they fucked my dad.
Wow.
I mean, I'd give my dad a high five, but I'd tell that bitch to go fuck herself. I mean, good looks, dad. I guess. I mean, like.
Yeah, I think equally as a dude, your dad would probably get daps. Like,
you're
you're old.
You know
bro.
why?
You were able to get that, and you're old. Like, what the fuck?
This,
that means you would have cheated on me with a younger dude. Anyways,
dude, this because this is the thing I always say, right? This is the thing. 1,000 guys can want to fuck your chick. Only your chick can let that happen.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why you like.
No, it's a fact.
That's why it's like
It's a fact.
why ever get intimidated or freak out if like a dude hits on your chick? It's like who gives a shit? Only she's the one that has the power to make that happen or not. So if she chooses to make that happen, then okay, thank you for giving me my time back. Bye.
A girl that's almost impossible to fuck, or that you just can't at all. A girl that like within the first few seconds of you talking to her, be like, yeah, my boyfriend does that, or like my boyfriend. Like, why are you bringing up your boyfriend? I didn't ask about him. I didn't say anything, but he's already in the conversation. Mm-hmm. That's a girl that's either not ready to cheat or it's gonna take a long time to cheat. Like that's.
Yeah, like Irish, your response was very like, you seem very economical. Like you're just like always like, okay, like this isn't benefiting me, I'm out, or like, okay, like this person can do what they want. But like, I feel like sometimes, like I obviously think that way, but then like in practice, like I feel like emotions will like get in the way sometimes. And like even if somebody fucks me over, like I'll go back to them, or like, you know, like I can't like be that like straightforward in my love life.
I mean, that's kind of the big difference, though, in terms of men and women, is like we're more logical and you guys are more emotional. So that is like, and you even kind of have a bit about it where it's just like you guys are
Chess and checkers.
Yeah, it's like chess and checkers.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? It's like you guys are battling your own emotions on top of everything else. And it's like we as guys, we just have this ability, like we feel all of those emotions.
Yeah.
We just are able to go like, okay, these emotions are going to make me be fucking irrational. And that's why you see guys do all these crazy irrational things is like because they are. And typically.
You don't have a lot of rules.
What do you mean?
Guys don't have a lot of rules.
Yeah, we don't have many rules.
Rules? What do you mean by rules?
Just in general.
Like general like life rules, you mean? Or
Like
you mean like our own principles outside of like this? Like
yeah,
just our
you
life
have
principles?
you have like a couple of principles that
like-
you believe in, and that's what you stick to, and that's
I mean,
it.
Like
And
my dad's a perfect example. Like my dad, he's like, I have 3 rules. He's like, you don't fuck with my wife, my kids, or my food. He's like, that's the only 3 things. He's like, as long as you don't
Pretty
fuck.
much.
He's like, if you
Pretty
don't
much.
fuck with those, I don't give a shit. And he literally got they let him thankfully like just quit, but he was going to get let go because like a coworker like fucked with his food like a year or 2 ago. He's like a 50-year-old man at this point. Okay, and his coworker's trying to be funny, fuck with his food, and he fucking throated him up against the wall. And it's just like it's one of his 3 things. Don't fucking do that.
Yeah, no, I completely.
And it was
feel
one of
about
his
that.
friends too. It was one of his friends too. But it's like it's one of the things. It'd be like if Karizmatik was like, if Karizmatik was like, hey, if you ever spit in my drink, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face. And then I spit in his drink, and I'm like surprised if he punches me in the fucking face. Like, buddy, I told you.
No, like one thing you'll learn about me: never touch the top of my head, and I'm not even joking. Like culturally, like African wide, that's one of the largest disrespect. And even though I'm like Americanized, like my father instilled that in me at like in a young age. That like literally,
Those are like the condescending,
if-
like
bro,
oh,
it's
bu-
like
bu-
yo,
yeah.
hi sonny boy, hi
Yeah,
sonny
yeah,
boy.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like no, you touch the top of my head, I'm instantly.
on.
I don't have any control over it. So like Trent touched the top of my head once. I got pissed, and I was like, yo, if it's your first time, I can calm myself down pretty quickly and be like, it's his first fucking time. There's no way for him to fucking know this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I stand up and I'm like, yo, please never do that again. It's very offensive to me, blah, blah, blah. And it's literally in this monotone thing because I'm trying to be transactional at this point because I know I'm mad. And I know it's petty that I'm mad and stupid that I'm mad, but I am, you know? But fine. As long as that never happens again, we're cool. Simple.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. But what about, I feel like there have to be guys that like are just like run by their emotions. Like what about those people that like after a month they like propose in Paris or some shit, or like they do crazy things, they get back with the same cheating person. Okay.
Yeah.
The typical beta at least.
Yeah. So why are they like not able to be like overcoming their emotions?
Because they haven't, I guess in my opinion, I would say they probably haven't passed enough threshold of pain where they've just been sick of that bullshit where they're ready to take an L at any moment.
I've also seen that in my communities, let's say like the single households where the mother's the one raising them, they've never had anybody show them how to overcome those boundaries because, I mean, like women, you guys react differently than we do emotionally. So like if a guy reacts as a woman emotionally, what does that look like? That looks like him hitting things. That looks like him like literally we express it differently. Yeah. So if a guy's emotional
and it's unattractive,
like that, it's very unattractive. Yeah. But at the same time, like that's what it looks like. He can't get over. That's the guy that murders you because you broke up with him. You know what I mean? I'm saying like he doesn't know how to deal with his fucking emotions. Oh, legit. Like he doesn't. He never learned how to separate. Like, yo, bro, it hurts right now, but in the long run, what's the worst that could happen? Mm-hmm. He's never learned to employ that logistical side of his mind, so he's just all emotion. You never want a guy that's all emotion because it's like he can be romantic as fuck. He can also be murdersome.
You have to have the mentality that it's like if your chick left, it would suck, but it's like, you know, I can fill that hole with something.
Can I find a relationship?
You know, whether it's like how much was that chick worth to me? Was she worth 5 chicks? Then maybe it takes 5 chicks. Maybe it takes 10 chicks of like just going out to like fill the hole. Or maybe you need to get video game coming out next week.
Maybe you need to get back with her at some point, but you still do it in a rational way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're the wrong one in a situation and you do want to get back with her. You still go about it in a rational way because you're like, all right, I can lose something. It's not just about me. I have to separate this from this. You know what I mean? You don't want a
That's happened to me before, like with an ex, where we dated for quite some time and then we broke up. Some time went by because, I mean, this is a whole nother podcast, but like sometimes I feel like guys need to separate like doing big life things at one time, and that could
compartmentalizing.
Be yes. Yeah. And I don't know if that's just a guy thing, if that's just
No, it's definitely a guy thing. It's
okay.
Definitely a guy thing.
Yeah.
Because women are really good at being thrown into the fray. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna do this. Like y'all are awesome. Like if y'all can literally throw yourselves into something new and be like, all right, I'm gonna figure all these things out at the same time. Yeah. A guy doesn't like that many moving parts.
This sounds wrong, but it's like I would say like the difference is like we're better at, and again, this sounds wrong on the surface level, but it's like we're better at thinking about stuff, and you guys are better at just kind of like executing it, I think.
See, I explain it more like this. Men, I think, are better at big picture, while women are better at all the minutia because they're a lot better with like the day-to-day and also what will happen in a week and also what the fantasies look like and also like the multitasking for the most part. Like,
I understand what you're trying to say.
They're excellent. But like we like to draw out the road, but as far as the road goes, they're far better at making it work.
And you haven't thought about the day-to-day yet.
We don't care.
You've thought about 5 years from now, but you haven't thought about tomorrow.
We don't care about tomorrow yet. We don't care.
So, like, for instance, like, the person that I was with, we were together. We broke up because he had to do something very, very important for his life, which is understandable, but couldn't understand that I could also be there for him at the same time. Time went by. We ended up getting back together in an organic way, but we ended up breaking up again because, again, had to do something for his life that he didn't think I could be there for him at the same time. But in reality, he just couldn't do 2 things at one time.
And a lot of guys can't, but a lot of guys forget to respect the fact that women are very capable human beings. And you were raised by a woman.
And a lot of guys get comfortable too. And this is the thing, is like as a guy, you have to, because you said something earlier in the podcast that made a lot of sense where it was like, what was it? It was like a chick thinks that she can change a guy or something like that. And like that's kind of what I always say is like that's like the quest of a woman in a relationship is she's trying to change a guy into what like the Prince Charming she thought of when she was like 9 years old. This like perfect, like, oh, I can make him into this. And a guy's job is to stay exactly the way he is when you first came into the situation. Because if he lets himself change into what you want to change him into, then you will inherently lose respect for him and get bored and move on.
See, and I would say that like through my relationships, I've also learned that like while I do believe you're correct, I do think it's more of like, all right, we start off over here, they start off over here, but like we slide in a little bit of here and they slide in a little bit here. You know what I'm saying? Because like there's a little bit that like I'm sorry, I'm not the best organizer in my life or shit like that. Women help very well with that. You know what I mean? So like while they're in my life, I do come in on my organization because it has to get better. You know what I'm saying? And just like certain shit like that. So like while it's not completely changing you, I mean you do have to admit, like, are there certain parts of your life that you forcefully have to get better at? Yeah, because they're there. You know what I'm saying? So is it something bad? No, it ultimately makes you a better person, but like it's annoying.
Yeah, like in my last relationship, I basically would be the guy's mom. Like I would be like, all right, let me give it your resume. You're gonna apply to jobs. Like I'm gonna help you clean, and like
you can't do that to a chick. A chick never wants to feel like she has to be your fucking mama.
Yeah, and it's awful. And in the end, like he hated going out. Like I love going out, and like he would like just stay in the house and play video games. And I'm like, this sucks. So it's like you can't force someone to be something they're not, and like you can't do like you can be helpful and be like if your significant other asks you for help, you can help them. But like now with the person I'm dating, I'm like if you like you know if you have no idea how to fucking do this, like it's not my problem. You have this issue at work, like I'm not gonna give you 80 different solutions. Like it's your job to figure that out because this relationship might not last, and like you need those skills to figure things out by yourself.
Right.
That's fair. And I also believe it's also the intent of which relationship you like the relationship you go into. If you go into a relationship thinking that I think this could be a long term thing, I think you'd be a little bit more willing to like, all right, I think you need to do this in this type of situation. I've taught like 3 girls how to negotiate already. You know what I'm saying? And I'm no longer in a relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah did that make them better? Yeah. Like, you know, but like I thought it was going somewhere. Like. But like if you're just like, all right, I don't know where this is going right now, or like I don't feel like let's see what type of equity I want to put in this. I can see why you do that, but like just inherently, people make people better. You don't know who you're rubbing shoulders against in that moment to take you to the next notch. I mean, I didn't start doing this podcast until I ran into Irish. You know what I mean? So like certain things like that, some people just bump you up a notch. And
that's why I always like from every relationship, whether it ends good, bad, or whatever, you take something and you learn something from it, and you can bring that to the next one. Doesn't matter like what it is. Yeah.
So I would say like while you don't want to like, it's like he'll have to learn those things for himself later on. Okay, but like maybe it makes you a better teacher of those principles to the next person you're with. You know what I'm saying? And that makes you guys' lives ultimately better. Don't hold back on you because of someone else.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, but there's a difference between like literally monitoring someone and being their mom and then just like providing support. And I just like, because I know I have that tendency, like, for example, like my parents, my dad is like 60, and to this day my mom will literally pack him a bag lunch and set out his clothes. And if she does not do that, all hell will break loose, and he'll start like cursing at everyone. Like he does not know how to do anything for himself because my mom would just always do it. So I grew up seeing that, and I just thought like, oh, like that's my job in a relationship. I do everything for the man, and I'm always gonna help them and like make everything easier. And then like because I know I have that tendency, like now I pull back because I'm like that's too much. It's too much overstepping, and then it's actually kind of toxic in that way.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
See, like my thing was that like I grew up in a circumstance where like my parents are very traditional, but like if my mother traveled, my father didn't know what to know how to cook what she cooked, but like he cooked. You know what I mean? So like while it was completely like in an African household, like the man's never supposed to cook. I mean, usually you have a grandmother come by or an aunt stop by to cook the food or something like that.
Yeah, help out.
But no, my father knew how to cook. He believed like, so even a guy growing at that third world didn't see enough logic to not learn these things. So like I'm like, yo, like logistically, why should I not know how to cook?
Well, and this is the thing too, is it's like when we talked about earlier in the podcast about like an alpha setting it up that way. It's like perfect example again would be Patrice. Like, you know, I mean, typically the woman's role is cooking, but like Patrice is like, I love to cook. So he's like in his relationship, he's like, I want to do the cooking, so I'm gonna do that. And so it's like it's all about being honest, setting it up the way that you want it up front. You can't like. You know, because this is the thing. A lot of people go into relationships very dishonestly, and they wait to drop a lot of this shit like a year or two in, and then it's like, oh, well, if you had told me that up front, or like, you know, maybe this would have, like, you know, been totally different and shit.
Yeah.
See, like I love to cook. I hate to clean up afterwards,
Yeah.
so I won't cook. You know, so like, and then people start
so
asking me,
bad,
and like
dude, let
I'm,
me tell you.
most people would taste my cook. They'd be like, "Yo, you're an awesome cook. Why don't you cook all the time?" Because I gotta fucking clean it. Like I don't.
know.
And like the way I do it is that like I'll cook and I'll clean before I eat.
Mm-hmm.
Cook.
I
that's
have
how I
to clean
do it
up
too.
everything I use before I eat.
Yeah.
And like
Same.
so like
Same.
my food's gonna be like lukewarm or cold. Like I don't want to do that. And while y'all enjoy it, I'm not enjoying it. At the same time, like
I
All
know.
right, so you're gonna come over and cook, and I'll wash as you're finishing stuff.
me and Overtime often to cook.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the big fucking
Yeah.
the big secret.
Overtime often was supposed to cook, and I was like, "Yo, I'll cook with you.
yeah,
Like I'll
the-
literally
the,
cook
bi-
with
the big secret meeting next Friday.
yeah.
Super secret meeting. Big stuff's happening, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, dog.
It's
we can
happening
do
over
it.
chicken
That
and
means you gotta have
waffles.
sauce left. You can't use it all.
Yeah.
I'm not touching any of the sauce.
All right, cool.
That's
And
I'll-
if we start, if we really start running out, I'll tap my. I gave a whole nother bottle to my roommate Ed, and I'll be like, just
No,
come.
it's not just the syrup we're using. We're gonna use the. I plan on using some of the
and the
other
old
sauce.
Oh
on some of
the hot sauce. Oh yeah. I'll
some
save
of the
both of
chicken.
them. I won't use any more. Don't worry.
Yeah, so it'll be pretty good. And I mean, if any of you guys can do high spice or anybody wants to come that can't do high spice, I'm not cool it down.
I'm in there.
Yo,
They're like swimwear.
Because I told you I've been trying to do some food on our podcast for a while, man. Let's get like, come on, like I would love to do a day where like we have like two dudes and we cook for a panel of women. You know what I'm saying? And we see what they got like.
Yes.
No, I'm down. Like y'all. No.
my friends. Yes.
No, but y'all may have to talk about some hard ass topics. Don't say yes off jump. You know what I'm saying?
No, my friends
here.
my
It's gonna
friends
be
love this
equal
stuff.
Exchange. It's gonna be equal
We're
exchange.
here.
Okay.
Are we not here?
yeah.
But no, like I'm sorry.
I've been
like,
committed. Look at my seat.
Haven't y'all learned from my sexual thing, like what I've been saying sexual? Like I have no problem like kowtowing real quick and then like picking up the man mantle later. Like, no, y'all want me to cook real quick? I'll cook real quick. All right,
I like
yeah,
to
I'm gonna
cook.
have you on your knees later. Like, but like I'll cook right now. Like, nah, that's cool. It's all transactions. Life is transactions, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that sucks that the man has to pay for the first date. Because like if you don't get laid, that's probably like
the man-
sad.
Yo, no. You see that's not the rule
the
anymore.
man-
It's ever since the 21st century, you should go Dutch on the first date.
personally,
if I'm
I-
paying for the first date, I have expectations.
Personally, I feel like if I'm asking you out on a date, I'm gonna pay for it. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
So like,
but I agree with you. It does suck. But that's also why I have a 3-date rule, where it's like by date 3, if I haven't gotten some pussy, where the conversation comes up of why.
yeah.
And it's very simply like,
Well,
I
for
know
you.
I want to fuck you. I don't know if you want to fuck me, but we're not going out on any more food excursions until you figure it out.
First off, me like I won't say that to you. It just naturally would just stop. Food excursion would just stop. But we can still
No,
keep talking. We can keep talking. But like,
Why
don't
fuck-
ever think
See,
I'm
I'm
not
like-
using my dick.
See, I'm like, why fuck around? I'm just gonna be honest about it. I don't want anyone
there's
ever
no fucking
walking
around.
away confused, like what happened, why didn't? It's like, no, this is why.
We're still talking.
My time is my pussy. If we go out on 3 dates, right, and we don't fuck, that's 3 times that you fucked me and 3 times.
Cool.
I
You
haven't
know
fucked
no
you.
girls that are DTF. You know
the
no
way I
girls.
view it.
You know no girls that are DTF though.
No, I do for sure.
No, exactly. So in that meantime, maybe I feel like I want to keep talking to you, but I still want some pussy. I go get some pussy. You can't control my dick if we're not fucking.
It's fair.
You can't. You can't even come close to telling me who to fuck if we're not touching. You know what I'm saying? So like, of course I'm fucking over here. So like, maybe when we start fucking, then we can start drawing some boundaries. But you have no control over this until we start doing something.
That's fair. Yeah.
Because like I very least like if I'm fucking you, you can ask who the hell I'm fucking, or at very least if I'm fucking other people.
That's interesting that you say that because a lot of guys will disagree with
No,
that.
if we're fucking, you can ask me if I'm fucking other people. Maybe I don't want to give you
Yeah.
specifics,
Yeah.
but I have to tell you if I'm fucking others, so you can also take what bounds you. Because if
Yeah.
I'm fucking,
That's
What do you
you're
think
fucking who
about
I'm
that?
fucking. You're fucking who I'm fucking.
Yeah, I mean, if this is people from dating apps, of course, like I'll be like when I use dating apps, I go on multiple dates, fuck multiple people. Like I'm not exclusive with anybody unless you have that conversation.
Yeah. So like, I mean, but like, if we're not exclusive, I want to know if I should be getting tested on someone else's behalf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let me worry about that minutia.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You don't have to
yeah,
tell
yeah.
me who precisely you're fucking. But like, if you're fucking someone else, that's another person in this equation, another person that I don't know how much or how little I can trust.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to take my own precautions.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
That's fair. I'd
one
agree with that.
question. So like there is the 3-date rule, and like the reason women do that is because we think you're gonna ghost us. You get pussy, you're gonna leave immediately. So we hold out. Not always. Like sometimes I'll have a one-night stand if I'm like up for it. But usually when I fuck someone like early on, especially from a dating app, I have this expectation that they're gonna ghost me because I'm like, I just
Yeah.
gave it away. Like,
Yeah.
and it really has nothing to do with my performance. It's just like
Right.
I was
you
like,
got what you want. Now you
so
can
it's
leave.
twofold. Wait. You know what it is?
Like-
It's twofold. It's one. dishonest guys who like it's like if
No,
no, wait.
I don't exactly
Wait,
Let
hey,
him finish,
hey,
let
it's
him finish.
dishonest guys that either like want to just fuck and they don't just say that up front, like, hey, I'm just trying to
okay.
fuck, I'm like one off or whatever. Or 2, it's and take it because I gotta think about it because I'm a stoner. I forgot what 2 is. Come back to me.
I would say 2 is pushy women, because like
In what way?
in what way? Because like
Oh,
every interaction
I got
with
it.
a guy doesn't need to be relationship driven. Like you guys act like you guys don't have transactional sex too.
You know what it is?
You know what I'm saying? And if we feel that you guys won't be accepting of that, we lie.
And this is too where like some of the resentment and stuff
Not me,
happens
but, like,
is
Meg.
because when a chick draws it out and makes us wait a long time to us, or at least the way I interpret that is I go, this chick is afraid to be more than her vagina. And what I mean by that is like they're exactly what you're talking about, like where you fuck a chick and then you go as a guy, because you don't really get an honest version of a guy, I don't think, until you fuck them.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
then
then
after
I'm
you
just
fuck,
chasing pussy.
because all we care about at first, because apparently people didn't get it in the past. At first, all we care about at first is pussy, and then after that, as you hang out and stuff, we go like, what else is there? This and that, and so it's all kind of derived from that.
Because
Really.
like if we got the pussy and you still choose to hang out with us, we're like, oh, okay, cool. Like
Like,
you know what I mean?
and
but
like,
like
you
you
never,
said,
like-
it's twofold. If you
somewhat-
just want pussy, and we're afraid sometimes that you're not going to go on that second, third, fourth, whatever date.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
'cause
why
guys,
we're
there are
holding
guys
out.
that won't be honest. About,
Exactly.
And like
and the
now,
reason
now
that
you've
is-
made them go on that second, third, fourth date, and like they're still just waiting for pussy, and they're still
again,
gonna cut it off.
Again, it's dishonest guys because they're afraid of taking the L. They're afraid of missing out on getting pussy. Like guys need to go out and be honest in the sense of you're not afraid of at any moment taking the loss. So they're like, oh, I might get 75% of the way into this date or whatever, and then like still not get pussy or whatever. It's like, okay, you have to be okay with taking that L.
Yeah, like Mason's wife asked me, she was like, so why don't you just start dating women and then find out if they're into anal? I was like, because then I waste years of my life trying for anal. Like I was like, I might as well just let the woman know up front I'm interested in anal, because like otherwise I'm on a long tangent for no reason.
Because if he really likes a chick, right, but his thing is fucking anal, and if they're like up front, they go, I will never do anything ass related. He's out. It doesn't matter how pretty you
or
are,
at least
how
I have
much
the
we click.
opportunity to get out or deal with the consequences. I can choose to deal
It's
with the
on
consequences.
his
like,
terms
it's
at
on
that
me
point.
at that point.
Yeah.
But if you withhold that and I don't find that out really until like a year or two in or something, it's like, wow, then this is time I could have given to someone else.
Unfair to everybody.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like usually I think what happens, like at least with women on dating apps, like what I try to do is be like, yo, like can you give me a general sense of what you're looking for right now?
Yeah.
And I have that conversation in like the first couple like back and forth. It's like, hey, what's up? Going forth, and it's like, what are you on here looking for?
See, I
try to
feel
get
like
it
I'm
up
too
like,
nice of
what's
a
the
guy.
deal here? Like, are you just trying to date? You're looking for friends? You trying to just like casual shit? Like, what's
In
the deal
all
here?
the time that I've been on dating apps, like back and forth, in all of the dating apps, I would say that maybe 2 guys have asked me that.
See,
Really?
if I find out you're more,
because guys are afraid to be that fucking just forward.
if you show to me in our short interaction before like we get to like a date or sex that like you're more than just your pussy, I might not even fuck you because I'm interested in the person. No, honestly, I'm afraid of losing the connection.
Yeah.
You know, I'm interested. Like it's like, damn, she's fucking interesting. Like,
And like also like it's hard as a woman, it's hard to hold out until the third date because like the chemistry, if you have chemistry with someone, like I like just barely did it with this current guy. Like we were like just doing everything. Like I literally had to like shut it down and be like, no sex, no sex, no sex.
Yeah.
Like I just like we got like so far because like if the chemistry is there, you're gonna fuck. Like it's gonna happen.
you should. I think you should because I mean, as he said, I don't think a guy can be honest. Like I don't start deliberating on whether I like you until after my dick is my balls are drained.
It's
you know
literally
what I mean? Like
it's
I'm
like
thinking with that head first.
It's literally like poison that we have to get out of our system. I'm like, that's the most
No, we're
accurate.
far
What did
more-
Al say? Training assist.
Yo, honestly,
No,
it's-
no, literally,
honestly,
honestly, a guy is not the same full and empty balls.
Yo, like, have you ever heard people say that? Yo, he needs to fuck.
A guy,
Like,
a guy on full balls.
Yeah.
a
Girls
guy,
are like that too.
a guy,
Definitely,
a guy on full
but
balls is not a rational man.
I'm extra cunty if
Like,
I haven't in a while.
You guys around your period, I think it's mostly because y'all want to
Okay,
fuck so
wait,
bad that like y'all are like,
I'll give you the perfect
I
example.
don't get my period anymore, so I don't know that problem.
Dom, recite to me the fucking horrifying quote you said to me earlier about the. You're like, oh, you ever been in a situation, and it had to do with herpes?
What?
Wait,
Oh,
he'll
yeah.
not.
Have you ever been hooking up with a girl that's so hot, and then right as you're about to like actually penetrate, she says, "Wait, I gotta tell you something. I have A, B, or C."
I'm
like,
done.
Fuck it.
No, never,
I'm
never
done.
been like that.
I've
But
been in that
but
situation.
that
I've been in that
psychosis
situation.
where a chick goes, "Hey, I have herpes," and he's like, "I still want to fuck her." That's the psychosis of a guy on full balls. Now, if he had just jerked off, he would go and run the fuck out of the room.
Absolutely.
And that's what I mean. Like
Have you
anytime
guys-
I
have
make
you
a
guys-
life decision, I jerk off.
Have you guys
first.
seen all these like there's these like
I love that.
there's these like
true.
there's these superhero looking ass dudes, and they will take down something that's like, yo, did you find her under a rug or some shit? Like you can fuck anybody in the world, but like that's what you took home, like because they just like at a certain point your dick just takes over. It's like fuck now. Now,
See it the other
fuck,
way
like,
around, where
'cause-
like the girl takes home someone who's not on her level.
Cause
Oh
this is
no,
the thing.
guys do it all the time because our standards drop. Like depending on how full our balls get, our standards take a huge tank. It's true.
Because you guys,
it's not that I don't
as
believe
women, you guys just have to really contend with your emotions. We have to contend with our brain. We're also contending with our emotions and our dick.
Yeah.
We're getting hit from three
Your
sides.
dick
You guys have like
literally
one
takes
focus. that's
blood
hitting you.
from the rest of your body to get erect. You're literally
It's both
draining,
physical and mental.
You're
Like,
literally
it-
draining.
you
blood
guys
Do you
from
really
your
think
body.
it's just our emotions?
That's the main thing that's attacking you guys.
Y'all hold all the power sexually. If you guys decided you want to get fucked tomorrow, it's
Oh
happening.
yeah, no, of course. Like if I want to get laid, like especially
A
if
guy's
I'm,
never gotten laid just because he has a dick.
like if I'm drunk too, and I'm not thinking about anything, like I can just go on dating apps and have people come to my house. Like it's not very
It's
difficult.
not
Or like
hard,
go to
no.
a bar. Like literally, like I'll just
You
go
could
to a
kick
bar.
the door open and go, anyone? Fuck. And it probably get at least 3 guys raise a hand.
And okay, so for me, like what was like okay, I had a lot of good experiences when I was hooking up with people like abroad, like on vacation and stuff, because it's so fun. Because it's like, oh, like I like am never gonna see you again. This is all
Yeah.
for fun, and then you like you cut your ties, and it's like good because nobody lost anything. But like
Yeah.
I started fucking a lot of people in Boston when I moved here, and at first I was having a blast. I was like, I'm in my prime, I'm in my hoe phase. This is so good. But then like the emotions hit, and I was like, why is he leaving? Like
Yeah.
he's not
Yeah.
texting me.
Yeah.
And then like I went on a vacation. I fucked a bunch of British guys, and I came back and I fucked like a Boston guy. And I was like, why is it these British men are continuing to like DM me over Instagram, yet this man down the street cannot text me back? And it just
Yeah.
like hurt my ego so much
Yeah.
that I had to stop having casual sex for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fair. But like, I mean, damn, like. I
It's
didn't
a
expect you
ego
to get. I
thing.
didn't
Yeah.
expect her to go through something like that. But like, that's like.
But that is what happens a lot.
No, I know, but I don't want to push that. Like, I would say that happens with super emotional beta men and women. You know what I mean? Because like, I'm sorry, like I am very, very easily able to be like, yo, compartmentalize sex and relationship. Very fucking easy for me to do. It doesn't even like. I literally liken it to playing basketball. You know, like you may have your favorite person to play basketball with, but because that person's not there, you gonna stop playing basketball? Not at all. I'm gonna pick up the ball, be like, "You want to play? You want to play?" Like,
I think it's more
Yeah, you're just
of
down
the
to
thing where
ball.
like you, let's just say that person in Boston, like you want to fuck them again, but you're just curious as to why they wouldn't want to fuck you again. Like
Yeah.
that's where I get like tripped up, where I'm just like, how, why? Like
Exactly.
what was the part that like I'm missing? You know?
I mean, guys definitely feel like that. Irish felt like that with the Irish chick before. He's like, "Damn, she was a cool chick." He's like, "I wish I could have hung out with her again."
Oh yeah, no, there was a chick like a month or 2 ago.
Yeah.
and yeah,
She just cold turkey the motherfucker.
Okay, well, okay. Also, this chick was a soldier because she was like, she came out to 2 mics with me, and I was like, you
Yep.
really don't need to do that.
She was up
She
till
was
like
like, no,
1
I'll do
a.m.
that, and I was like, okay. But yeah, no. And then we hooked up that night, and it was great. Literally the first thing I said to you the next day, I think I was like, she was great. She respected my pussy.
He's like, "I want to hang out with her again," and then she never picks up on him. He's like, "Yo, I don't understand why she won't pick up." I was like, "Yo, guys
She
go
pimped
through
me.
it too. Like,
She pimped me.
it happens, bro. It happens. Like,
It's
damn,
a King's
like,
exclusive.
yo, like, should be like people don't understand. Like, if you
But she was dishonest because again, it was like I didn't have a problem with that, but it was like, hey, if you just wanted to fuck, that's fine. Just
tell me
say
you just
so.
want to fuck,
Yeah.
That's fine. fine.
Yeah.
Like nobody put anything on this, but he's like he's simply saying.
I was like, it was a great time. Why not do it again? Fuck it. But,
If you want to say no, say no.
That's
but don't
cool
leave
too.
the guy on the ledge. Be
like,
yo.
That's where I'm with you. It's like just ghosting it on any level is just fucking retarded. Like, just don't do it. Like, we're adults. If it's like, oh, didn't have a good time, or like, you know what, I was only looking for one thing. Fine, whatever. Just say so.
say
Don't
it.
be an asshole.
Yeah, now I just send a text. I'm like, not interested in hanging out again. Good luck. Like that's all I
Yeah.
say, and it just makes it
that's
so
fine.
simple. Like,
Yeah.
Fine. Fair enough.
Yeah.
You at that point you shouldn't even be asking questions. If it's just for your first interaction, there are so many reasons as to why you shouldn't even ask the question.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, my dick stinks. Like, walk the fuck away. Like, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what the reason is. Walk the fuck away.
Yeah.
No reason to chase that. Oh, I thought we had something special. The sex we had was astronomical, and like,
Or the other end where guys just freak out and they're like, well, fuck you, you goofy bitch, or like this,
I
whatever.
hate
It's just
that
like,
shit. I hate.
just
Yo,
walk
I had
away.
one of my cousins. I have a cousin
you always
from
leave them and
Missouri.
you love them. You say, hey, you know, thank you for your time.
I have a cousin from Missouri, and he was dating a chick once that like she came up here with him, white girl, and I was like, word, yo, because like, it's
You clarified white girl when you said Missouri. Like,
bro,
we thought it
look
was
how
anything
like I'm
else.
African as a motherfucker. Like
Like
no, but like
anything
you
else
know
is-
my cousin's dark too. He's like this guy's
Didn't they
blue
invent
black.
people and white people in Missouri?
No, they invent them in Connecticut.
That's where the factory is.
Yo, they're in Texas. They're in Texas. But she came up here and she was talking about a story where like one time a guy hit on her, and she said like she was like, no, I have a boyfriend. Like the guy's yelling at her from the car, and she yells back to him, no, I have a boyfriend. And the guy literally gets out of his car and chases her down the sidewalk.
Goddamn.
I was like, that's the shit women have to deal with being hit on.
That's nothing.
Well, dude,
That's ridiculous.
That's actually nothing.
No, that's actually a lot. What would he have done if he caught her?
Oh my God.
Don-
That's a lot.
No, no, I mean, like, there's so many stories.
Dude, Dante Nero used to do Black Phillip with Patrice. He brought a point recently where he goes, this is the thing is like most guys don't consider. It's like anytime a chick goes out on a date with a guy, she has to contend with the fact that she might get murdered.
Yes.
And it's like, as guys, it's like, oh, most of us go like, oh, we don't think about that because that's not something we like have to really worry about. I mean, everyone has to worry about getting murdered, but like a chick especially. You got on a date.
Imagine not knowing Irish and going out with him.
Yo, like
Christ.
I think Irish is good in the Boston scene now.
Maybe now.
Maybe now.
You
After
guys
that,
are all
like,
safe now.
Y'all are all safe now. But like if he moved, he'd have to try and start all over again. He'd have to start all over again if he moved, man. Easily. Like,
Dude, you might have that issue too, though, because you're like really tall. People could be afraid.
I don't move anywhere south or
you've always lived
Midwest. I mean, here, well, I can only stay on the coast. As a large black man, I have to be a coastal entity. I cannot go to the middle of the country.
You know what's so funny though?
But like, if I wanted, like, let's say, like, if I go to the middle of the country, I instantly become a fetish, which I love. You know what I mean? Nobody gets to see black guys, so like, I become a novelty. Like, everyone wants to fuck me.
I was just thinking that interaction you were describing was reminded me too of like it's interesting how it is regionally around the country because like my buddy Mike, who I used to do a podcast called What Would Jesus Do, and it was me and this other guy. We both dress up like Jesus, and we would like. It was like Jesus having yeah, that's what it was from. It would be like Jesus having a conversation with himself about like why did Jesus do this to the world, like different topics, corruption, this, whatever. But he lives in the South and he's a manager of a chain of sex stores in the South. Shout out to Starship Enterprises. He's got
that shit.
Trying to be a sponsor?
He's got crazy
Trying to be a
stories.
sponsor?
Holy shit, I'm trying to make it happen.
Make
I'm
it
trying to make a
big.
lot of things happen for us, guys. Come on.
Got so many dildos I need to order.
And he was telling me this.
So
Ready?
many.
So he had told me this chick from up north, I can't remember, but somewhere probably within New England or whatever, had moved down there and was working in his store. And this is the thing, like, just I guess wasn't used to like. So basically, she was like working there, and like I should think she was like outside smoking a cigarette, and she was going to walk in, and she was like walking in the same time as like this just Southern dude was walking, and he like held the door, and he's like, oh, here you go, miss, like have a nice day and everything like that and everything. And she walks in and goes up to my friend Mike, and she's like, can you believe that fucking pig like held the door for me and fucking was like check. And he had to explain to her, he's like, ma'am, you're new to the South, aren't you? And it's just like she just thought that like. I don't know. For some reason, she thought that because this guy was just being so nice that like he was like trying to fuck her or whatever. And it's just like no, people in the South are just so like,
Bro,
you remember Daniel Delano? He moved back to the South, but he's like just crazy nice kid, right?
Bro.
Just like so overtly polite and
very
shit.
nice,
Like
very nice kid.
love
But
I used to live in Alabama too. It's just like yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Like it's so polite down there, right? Like okay, like okay, your name's Ani, right? If you were an adult and I was a kid, I would
Miss Ani.
Miss Ani, Miss Sam. Mr. Charismatic.
In my culture, you have to like she like once
even
you
before
hit,
the
like,
first name you put Miss and Mr. That's how polite you are.
So
yes,
in,
ma'am.
in
Yes,
my
ma'am.
culture, like I have my cousins, right? They're just siblings, but like the second one calls the first, like, so the eldest is a male, the second is a female. She calls her older brother Pa, and then the ones underneath her call her Ma, and like shit like that. Like you can't call someone older than you by their first name.
Yeah.
You have to address them with some sort of like you're older than me.
That was the weirdest thing when I moved up. I moved up here from Alabama initially to Connecticut at one point, and dude, the culture shock was so weird when I would go to kids' houses and like. I'd be like at my buddy Ford's house, right? And his mom's name is Lisa. And instead of calling her mom, he'd be like, "Hey, Lisa," and I was like, I'd be like, "How are you calling your mom by her first name?" I'm like, "What is happening?" That would be like, I would get like I wouldn't get slapped, but like I would get slapped if I fucking said that. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I didn't let it happen. I was on a basketball team and I had.
Made my stomach hurt
I wouldn't get slapped because I would never do that.
That actually gave me a little anxiety.
Because this is the thing, right? I only ever got my ass whooped by my mom once because it only took one time ever.
Yeah.
And I remember it. I was
poor white boy. Took me at least 15.
No, dude, it took me once. I was being an asshole in the back of the van, and I remember distinctly my mom said she goes, if you do not stop being a little asshole right now, I'm going to pull in the back. I'm going to pull over and beat your ass. And I kept going, and then she went, okay. And then the turn signal went on. And the second the turn signal went on, I went, oh no, I'll be good. And she was like, nope, I told you, and you kept going. So now this is happening. She pulled into the Walmart parking lot just far enough away to.
Of course, it was Walmart.
Yeah. It was the South. Okay, I told you it was the South. Just far enough away from the cameras and stuff. She got out. She opened the back seat and she spanked the fuck out of my ass for a good 30 minutes. And then I never was an asshole to her again because I just remembered that. Wow, sometimes trauma's good.
It takes all I'm gonna say is that it takes white boys far less spankings. Apparently, just one in your whole lifetime was cured.
Don't underestimate a Southern woman's anger. It's horrifying,
bro.
Because it takes a lot to bring it out.
What were you beaten with?
Paddles, belts. In
that one time that you were beaten, like that's a lot of shit.
That was by my mom. There was other women in the family. My grandmother also would beat me with paddle.
Okay, I respect that a little bit more, man.
Or the belt. Grandma would do the belt too.
Yo,
when you heard the fucking the big thing in South, you take I'm wearing a belt, but you fold it in half and then you pop it. You would hear that sound and you knew you fucked up.
Yo,
in the family, when you heard that sound, you knew someone fucked up. They were getting an ass.
You ever have to go get your own switch?
Thank God I never had to do that. That always scared the fuck out of me. I knew because I had friends that had to do that. I was like, go pick it.
My brother's a fucking
no, and you get a thin one, and they go no.
My brother was so stupid, yo. Like my mom said, go outside and get me a stick. And he went outside joyously. He was like he was going like fucking egg hunting or some shit. So like he goes outside.
Why would you welcome that nightmare on yourself?
Yo, I was laughing so hard because he didn't know what was coming. He had no clue. So he goes outside.
Oh, was that his first time?
That's his first time with a switch. Like she used belts and all this, but she never asked him to go get like a stick before. So like he was so confused as to what was going on because like this wasn't the course of events. She'd grab a belt, she'd whip his ass, and like that would be it. She wouldn't tell him to go grab something. He ran outside with the gusto of a fucking mental 5-year-old. Hopped up on sugar and shit. He grabbed the fucking first stick he saw, came back inside, and my mother proceeds to grab him, pull down his pants, and give him the fucking whipping on ass.
Goddamn.
Yo, after that, he joyously went to go get anything from my mother.
Where are we at on time, guys?
We could probably wrap this up, I think.
I mean, we got through one clip, right?
Yeah.
And two clips.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we got
the
one
Whitney
or two.
Cummings and
technically two.
Technically two.
Yeah, that's fine. The conversation was fun. This is the thing, right? This is the thing about podcasting. Take from an expert podcaster. I've been on a
Sam's an expert podcaster.
I've been on a top 20 podcast on iTunes. Okay.
You have?
If you don't,
Me too.
Yeah, my dick has technically, and then 30 seconds of my face and the body. Here's
Your
the
dick
thing.
is what counts.
Dude, I've gotten a lot of gigs with this dick. Okay. Here's the thing, right? If I always prepare, you always prepare notes for a podcast, but if you never get to them, that's how you know it's a really great podcast. And we barely got to any kind of notes.
Sam came with the question. This is the first time that anybody has asked this on the guy's perspective. We usually just have to dish it out, but
right?
Her fine-tuned question.
This is so great. I didn't have to fucking dish out medicine. I was like, oh wow, Sam gets it.
She's like, yo, so what are guys thinking when they do this? It's like, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No one ever asks. They just assume.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Goddamn soul.
Yo,
honestly, you, man.
Honestly. But I'm just letting you know, your sad boy may be your thing right now, but there are other alpha males that like they have no problem with any of this type of shit. Like they'll roll with the punches. Like literally, I just said.
And again, alpha's a mentality. It's not necessarily your typical like jock fucking meathead douche and stuff.
I just said,
and there are meathead jocks that aren't douchey dickheads too.
There are.
Like I have a friend, right? He's 6'4". Okay, he's 265 pounds. His fucking biceps are this big. He's a Marine, and now he's a Revere firefighter. And he looks like he literally built like cartoon Hercules. He looks like he would be the biggest bro douche in the world, and could not be a nicer human being. He was the kind of person, all right, when he was first like, and he's like a year younger than me. He was taking girls out on like $100 steak dinners, like every time on dinner. And I went, buddy. I'm like. And they weren't like calling him back. And I go out for ice cream or go on a walk. I'm like, don't spend $100 on a first date. I'm like, that's psychotic. Like, he was that nice. I'm like, people are taking advantage of you. Yeah. But it's like, that's the thing. It's like, you would see him from afar and you go, oh, he's like toxic and an asshole. And then you interact. And you're like, oh my God, he's like basically a sad boy.
Yeah.
He's like,
you don't have to
sad
be a sad
boy, but in
boy
a
to be a
fucking this
sad
big
boy.
scare. Yeah, exactly. So
you ain't got to be a sad boy to be a sad. Like a lot of us out here are like, yo, do whatever the hell you want. Like, you can be in control. You want to be in control? Be in fucking control. I don't like. There are a lot of us out here that aren't sad. Like, I'm just saying, if that's your niche, that's your niche. But there are a lot more that aren't douche, that aren't sad. You know, yeah.
Very good. This is great.
Yeah, hell yeah. We'll have to do this again. Let's wrap that shit up.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hit the plug.
Hell yeah, guys. Thanks for watching the Kingz Podcast. I've been Irish O'Neal.
I've been Karizmatik.
Honey Moush.
Sam Savello.
Producer Dom in the background.
Ladies, ask more questions.
Yeah, and call in more, guys, throughout the week, or call in during the show, and we will answer your relationship questions. No Epstein. Guys, look, if you're going to do the fucking goofy calls, save it for STC, okay? We want serious relationship questions and shit here.
Or at least make it good. Bill Cosby was hilarious.
Bill Cosby
these
was
rest
hilarious.
of those were fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like, you serious?
Yeah, come on. Step your game up.
You going to bully me, make it good.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Kings. Cheers.
If your chain hang, the jailers gon' snatch it. Even the warden stay straight thuggin'. White boys floodin'. Black CIA agents corrupted. Flying cocaine planes hustlin'. Banks stay smuggling funds from the public for the turf war against Arabs with AKs bussin'. Oil fields flooded. Block boys searching for ways out. Rapping the kid day name buzzin'. Confederate flag rhetoric terrorizes minds of an awkward white young and KKK loves it. Shit is disgusting. Are you sure this the place you won't be locked up in? When your heart's pumping fast from combat with the roughest, you sure you can keep your brain from crumbling? Keep it structured. Killers is cold, man. You probably got a bitch for soul. You fuck nigga. You way too humane for this place. Even the Vatican got a bank full of francs for his ways. The Pope's just another G hugging his block. So would you put your money to? Let me come to your spot. Let me see what's all up in your socks. Asshole, let me tap your pockets. How much money you got? Man, you can't even afford the price of fame. Niggas your type insane. So unfocused, easily controlled, bitch. Your own brain's thought patterns aren't even yours. The crazy part is you don't even notice. The beast ferocious, my niggas. The first time my third eye awoken, reality opened. I saw so much knowledge unspoken, unseen, unheard, and unwritten. Unwritten in this plane of existence. I was compelled to stay and just listen, but I couldn't get it. I said fuck it, then travel to these gangbang dungeons. I came to investigate hard. Who made this? Who made the prison bars? And who really runs the place? And who bring the bunk beds? Fuck boys like you be getting raped until you tame, chained, and enslaved.